We welcome you on a beautiful Saturday afternoon to Ives Lamel Family Field here in Brevard, North Carolina. It's homecoming. The Southern Virginia Knights come to town with a record of 4-0, 1-0 in the USA South. The Knights are hot, but Brevard looks to stem that momentum here today and get back in the win column. Ryan Wilkes with you here live on YouTube. Fans, did you know that all of the Tornadoes home games are streamed live online for your enjoyment? Through the Brevard College Tornadoes YouTube channel, all home athletic events for your Tornadoes will be streamed free of charge in high definition. Please subscribe to the Brevard College Tornadoes channel on YouTube to catch all the Brevard College Tornadoes sports in action. Have had a ton of fun so far this year, looking to continue that today as Brevard returns home for a homecoming matchup with the Knights after falling on the road last week in overtime at Belhaven. I talked to head coach Bill Kyatt yesterday both about this game and recapping a little bit of last weekend's game. And he mentioned the mistakes really hurt Brevard in that contest, and Belhaven, a good team, started capitalizing late to erase that 17-3 deficit early in the contest, and Brevard fell on the road in Jackson, Mississippi at the hand of the Belhaven Blazers. But look to rebound today against a much-improved Southern Virginia squad. Also talked to Bill about that. And he's just really impressed with the job that Joe Dupay has done now in his third season. He said it takes a little time to build a program, but Southern Virginia has done it the right way. It's brought in good people, good talent, and he thinks this is a Southern Virginia squad that is close to the vision that Coach Dupay has for his program. Again, 4-0 with a win over Greensboro in the USA South last weekend. And after a 1-9 season last year, Southern Virginia already widely eclipsing that mark coming in here to 2025. He also mentioned Southern Virginia's energy and their ability to come in play after play with that hurry-up offense and really make things difficult for opposing teams. But he also knows his team has the ability to get it done today. A beautiful day at Ives Lamel Family Field. Women's soccer took the field earlier this afternoon, actually at 11 o'clock kick, and the Brevard women's soccer team stays perfect in dominant fashion, a 4-1 victory over previous 9-2 Mary Baldwin. It was a really dominant effort from the women's soccer team, kind of par for the course that we've come to expect out of that group, and they continue to roll now 11-0 in 2025 and really showing no signs of slowing down. Michaela Zavekin scored 3 goals, make it 26 for her career. She's now the all-time leader in goals in Brevard women's soccer history. Congratulations to her. And she kicked off homecoming the right way. Volleyball at a game as well. In Boshamer Gymnasium, the Tornadoes fought but fell to Meredith earlier this morning. So we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll continue to break things down ahead of kickoff.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service. But more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, Ryan Wilkes with you. Without Rick Green today, he is enjoying some sunny weather in Miami, Florida. I hope Rick is enjoying his trip down south. We have football to play here today. It's Brevard in Southern Virginia here live on YouTube. Thanks for coming along this afternoon with me and enjoying a beautiful afternoon here in Brevard, North Carolina. I want to take a second to thank our premier sponsor of this game, Earthling Coffee. Attention, Brevard fans. Tonight's game is energized by Earthling Coffee and Espresso. Earthling Coffee, the official coffee and energy drinks of Brevard College. All students get 10% off with a valid ID, and on game days, grab a 16-ounce rocket mix of the new Storm Surge or EF5 for just $5. Find us right next to Food Lion across from campus. Earthling Coffee, fueling the tornado. So what can we get crafting for you today? So Brevard getting ready to take the field. Southern Virginia, the starters being named out again. The Knights 4-0 coming in this contest. And we'll hear more about what head coach Bill Kyatt has to say ahead of this matchup. The Tornadoes Bill Kyatt pregame before this homecoming matchup with Southern Virginia on a beautiful, breezy day. A little bit cooler today, a little bit more football weather. Coach, homecoming, obviously a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement. What are some keys today to keep your team focused on the task at hand?
Well, you have to look at the process that unfolded last week. And last week, much like in college football, every single Saturday, multiple errors are made out on that field. It's just typically the audience, the announcers, the fans, they really have no idea because the error didn't have a significant impact on the outcome of the play. You say, oh, a 4-yard gain, it's 2nd and 6. Meanwhile, coaches are saying, shoot, geez, we could have really had 20 yards on that play, but our guy didn't make a block. Occasionally, you have egregious errors, and when egregious errors are made and the opponent sees those and takes advantage of them and exposes them, then it results in points for the opponent, and unfortunately for us last week, that was a loss, 23-20 in overtime. So it's mitigating egregious errors in this game will help give us a chance.
So two teams, a little bit different weeks last week. You know, Southern Virginia's perfect on the year, 4-0, and had a win over Greensboro last week, and you all fell at Belhaven, obviously. The momentum is with them, but what do you think your team can do well today to come out with a win?
Well, when you're evaluating opponent, you look at the leadership group, and I have a deep respect and genuine for Coach DePay and how he has built his program. So he has done it the right way. He recruits character first, and then the measurables come afterwards, height, weight, speed, and that sort of thing. And when you have that kind of foundation and you start to build on that, then eventually your time comes, and that's playing out clearly on film. You have a record of 4-0, you have the number one offense, you have the number one defense, and what's different about this team than I've seen in the past is that you can see the energy, the excitement, and most important, you can see the confidence, and it actually portrays through the video, the film that you're evaluating. You can see that on film. So it's going to be something that we can do to derail that confidence at some point during the game.
So you talk about this hurry-up offense that Southern Virginia likes to run, likes to get on the ball, likes to snap it quick, get a lot of snaps. What's the keys offensively to limit some of those opportunities for Southern Virginia today?
Well, obviously, offensively, we want to do what we were able to do last week, which is control the ball. If the ball is in our hands, then Southern Virginia's offense can't be on the field. Once Southern Virginia's offense does get on the field, they can strike, and they can strike quickly. So for us, it's a matter of being able to understand the calls that we're making so we don't have to do a lot of thinking, because Southern Virginia will get lined up quickly, and if we can't figure out how they're lined up in enough time, the ball's already snapped, and we're already at a deficit before the play barely gets underway.
So defensively, keeping fresh bodies out there on the field is going to be key. What are you hoping to see from your guys today in terms of keeping the energy each and every play?
Well, we've worked on, conditioning is something that you have to do before you ever show up here in the fall. But once you do, you have to be able to prepare for that. So we've trained the players' brains to be able to function while tired. We did a lot of drills this week to make sure we're making calls while the brain is tired to see if it can still function properly, and then carry out the physical part during the play.
All right, Coach, good luck today.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan.
That's head coach of the Tornadoes, Bill Kyatt. I'm Ryan Wilkes, ahead of pregame matchup between Southern Virginia.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
We welcome you back to Brevard, North Carolina, here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Getting ready for kickoff, about 10 minutes away from kick. We'll start now talking about the starting lineups. First for Southern Virginia, again coming in this one 4-0 in the season after a win over Greensboro. As we start with the big boys up front. At left tackle at 6'4", 310 pounds, a senior number 77, Cambridge Bingham. The left guard, 5'11", 300. Number 55, BBQ Simmons. The center, number 71, 6'3", 290. Number 71, Christian Janis. The right guard, number 65, Ryan Lee, 5'10", 270. The freshman at Haymarket, Virginia. And then at right tackle, 6'4", 290, another freshman over there, number 63, Trevor Burke. The wide receiver room filled with talent all across the board for Southern Virginia this year. Number 14, 6'2", 195, Mo Smith Fallow. And at the other wide receiver spot, number 4, Isaiah Maxey. In the slot, arguably the most productive wide receiver for Southern Virginia so far, 5'8", 165, senior. Number 1, Jarique Washington, 10 catches, 154 yards for 2 touchdowns this year. Again, this is a Southern Virginia offense who leads the USA South and also has the number 1 defense in the conference. So this team will put up some points in a hurry. At the running back, it's number 24, Marcus Solers. And tight end, number 13, Henry Audette. The quarterback, talented one, 6'1", out of West Jordan, Utah. The junior, number 16, Devin Watson. He's 86 of 130 this year, 66% completion percentage, and averaging about 235 yards through the air per game, 10 touchdowns to just 1 interception. And Coach Scott had a lot to say about Watson and his ability for this team, leading this offense that's put up 37.5 points per game, 343 yards of offense. A really talented group. Now we'll flip to the Southern Virginia defense and start in the defensive secondary. A 6-foot corner, number 19, Blake Beardall, the senior. At free safety, number 6, Alex Passy, the freshman out of Alpine, Utah. The other safety, strong safety, number 3, Ty Smith. The other cornerback role is Tony Napier Jr., number 12. The outside linebacker, number 28, Britton Tidwell. And in the inside spot, number 22, Spike Adams. He's 24 tackles on the season. The other inside linebacker, number 44, Cade Hansen, the freshman, leading that linebacker group with 33 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a sack, and a fumble recovery. So Hansen making impact in his freshman season out of Highland, Utah. And the other outside linebacker spot, a 6'1" senior out of Pasadena, California, number 1, Jamar Robinson. On the defensive line, the defensive end, number 9, Joseph Woods Jr. And at the nose tackle, number 99, Kavika Bringhurst. And then the other defensive tackle spot, number 95, a freshman, 6'4", 230, number 95, Trayden Henderson. Now we'll talk about the Tornadoes and see what Brevard has after a loss at Belhaven. Pretty much same as usual with number 70, Garrett Hall, 6'4", 300 pounds at the left tackle, at left guard. The senior, number 77, Brody Lindsay. The freshman, Bryce Shoemake, back in there at center, 6 foot, 290-pound freshman. And then the right guard, number 68, Bernard Wirtz. Right tackle, number 62, Willie Morton Jr. As he has been all season, wide receiver 1, number 1, Adam Douglas, 6 foot, 185 pounds, 19 receptions for 311 yards this season and a touchdown. At the other wide receiver spot, number 80 is Shywan Grant. The sophomore gets to start today, four catches for 49 yards this year. The H-back, number 27, Blake Shepard, and the running back, number 20, is Zion Fontour McDaniel. We'll see a lot of different running backs in the backfield today with him, Deaton Billingsley, and Rayshawn Williams sharing carries. The tight end, number 81, 6'3", 215-pound Josh Quinn. And the quarterback, as we have come to know and love him this year, 5'11", 205, senior out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. It's number 4, Ethan Beamish. Beamish has had a great year so far for Brevard, only 1 interception. Going to be a really good quarterback battle today between Watson and Beamish. We will see who has the upper hand. Now we'll flip to the Brevard defense. As we look at the defensive secondary today, Justice Redmond back at cornerback, 6 foot, 190 grad student out of Harmony, North Carolina. The safety, number 7, Brandon Broughton. 6 foot 170 out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. In the safety spot, DJ Stevenson out today. It'll be number 14, Carter Rollerson, to step in the starting role. And at the other cornerback, it's number 22, Dre Burton, who leads the team with 2 interceptions, also has 4 pass breakups to lead the secondary. So we'll see what that secondary has to offer today against a high-flying Southern Virginia offense. The linebacker spot, number 2, Bailey Ramey, the 5'10 senior out of Yadkinville, North Carolina. The other linebacker, number 13, Mason Tanner. And the final linebacker role, number 6, Quintrell Bowman. All 3 of those guys, seniors, have some experience at the quarterback of the defense role for Brevard today. First defensive end spot on the left side, number 15, Robert Dorsey. The preseason third-team All-American. He's lived up to that title so far. 18 tackles, 6.5 for loss, and 3.5 sacks. Number 76'3", 300, Cameron Eubanks in the middle there. He will surely plug it up throughout the day. The other defensive tackle, number 0, Obadiah Grimes. At defensive end, number 44, James Laycock. So that's the starting lineups today for both teams, and it's surely to be a fun matchup today as Southern Virginia prepares to take the field. We'll take another break and wrap up this pregame show on the other side before we get ready for football.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
All right, we're just about ready for football. The clock under 30 seconds. We just had a wonderful national anthem by Brevard alum Grace Vaught. We thank her for a wonderful rendition of the anthem, and a ton of alumni in attendance today. The stands are packed. The fans are ready to go. Southern Virginia brought a nice visiting crowd as well as the captains meet at midfield for Brevard. It's Ethan Beamish, Brody Lindsay, Obadiah Grimes, and Bailey Ramey as we do the coin toss here and get ready for football. Beautiful afternoon here in Brevard, North Carolina, as the Tornadoes look to get back in the win column. As the clock hits 0 and the coin flip commencing, Brevard in the home blues with the silver lids. A classic look. After last time out, we had those black uniforms. Those were for the blackout today. Back to the blue with the silver number and lettering and the silver lid. Southern Virginia in the white jerseys with the maroon numbering and lettering and the maroon knight on the side of the helmet. As it looks like Brevard will get the football to start. Southern Virginia defers to the second half. We're just about ready to play ball. It'll be key for Brevard to get out to a good start today against a Southern Virginia team that is drastically improved from years prior and looks to be a challenge for Brevard today. Brevard looking to follow up a loss again at Belhaven last week, a 23-20 defeat. Brevard obviously has established itself in the upper echelon of the conference with Belhaven and with Huntingdon. But Belhaven just had the Tornadoes number last week in a comeback victory. We'll see if Brevard can flip the script today as we're just about ready for football. 15 minutes on the clock, and the teams head back to the sideline for a moment before we get ready to tee things off. Again, I want to thank some of our corporate sponsors. Brevard College would like to thank proud partner Comporium, your hometown provider of internet, TV, phone, and home security services. Whether you're streaming the highlights, watching from home, or staying connected on game day, Comporium is proud to keep you plugged in with reliable service and a personal touch. Need blazing fast internet? Comporium ZipStream offers speed up to 1 gigabyte per second. Looking for whole home security or premium Wi-Fi coverage? They've got you covered. Supporting the team, serving the people. Comporium, technology that feels like neighbor helping neighbor. All right, it'll be Scott Dupay to tee it off. He's the tight end and kicker as he will send it away. It's Herbert Pringle and Jeremiah Lane back to receive. We talked about Herbert a couple weeks ago. Talented player that started on the Futures team and had a day and was eventually brought up to the Elders. Dupay sends away the kick. It goes to Jeremiah Lane at about the 7-yard line as he heads to his right, has room across the 25, across the 30, down the sideline, cuts back at the 35, across the 40 to the 50, and he's dragged down inside the 40-yard line. And a great start for Jeremiah Lane on special teams. He sets up Brevard inside Southern Virginia territory. Blake Beardall eventually able to drag him down. Not a clear path for Jeremiah Lane there. He cut back a couple times and found space down the sideline. And that's one way to start things off this afternoon. Brevard football on the 38-yard line of Southern Virginia, 1st and 10. Beamish set up in the shotgun. Christian Roberson split out to the right. Herbert Pringle tight in the formation with ZFM in the backfield with Beamish. He takes the snap, hands off ZFM, left side. He's dragged down up high. Brevard wants a face mask, not going to get it as Trayden Henderson stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a 1-yard gain. As the clock spins, 14:37 a moving clock here in the first quarter. A high tackle there. I'm pretty sure it was legal from Trayden Henderson on the right side of the defensive line. Beamish back in the gun. With ZFM in the backfield, he goes right back to him. He's got room up the middle and charges through for about 7 on 2nd down. It's Jamar Robinson there on the tackle. We talked to Coach Kite about his game plan coming in. He said run the football early and often. Try and keep this Southern Virginia offense off the field, and that's what Brevard has done on the first 2 plays of the contest. Third down and 5. Fontroy McDaniel actually pulled down after a 5-yard gain. And it's 3rd and medium for the Brevard offense. Beamish under center. It's a pitch to Fontroy McDaniel to the right side. He follows his blocker. He has space across the 30, and he's pulled down inside the 30 by Spike Adams. And it's first down yardage. He got it by about half a yard as Brevard decides to go outside with the pitch and has success doing so. It's been all ZFM so far. And Brevard gets a first down at the 27. ZFM stays in the backfield. Messiah Ramsour split out to the left, and Alex Bolton tight to the formation on the right. Beamish under center. He'll hand again to ZFM. He breaks it back to the left. Has some vision to get across the 25 to the 24. And he's wrangled down by Britton Tidwell. It's about a 4-yard gain, give or take, on first down, and sets up 2nd and 6. Twelve and a half minutes in a moving clock here in this first quarter. Brevard started its first drive inside the 40-yard line of Southern Virginia and has gotten a first down and some change on the first couple plays. ZFM in the backfield with Beamish under center. Hands off right up the middle. He cuts left. He has space. He's across the 15. Stiff arm at the 15, and he's wrangled down by Blake Beardall inside the 15-yard line at the 14. Heavy dose of Zion Fontroy McDaniel here on this first drive, and it's got Brevard inside the 15-yard line. First and 10, Brevard at the 13-yard line of Southern Virginia as Beamish goes right back under center. We knew this would be the game plan coming in, and Brevard has done nothing but it so far. I'm sure Southern Virginia is starting to key in on it a little bit as Beamish takes his snap. He hands off up the middle. Fontroy McDaniel breaks a couple of tackles. He is taken down after about a 5-yard gain by Ty Smith and Tony Napier Jr. 4-yard gain for Zion Fontroy McDaniel. He's yet to come off the field on this opening drive as Brevard moves inside the 10-yard line to the 9. Beamish back under center, wide receiver to the right. Reggie Taylor II comes in motion with Josh Quinn. Trips out to the left for Brevard. Beamish takes a snap. He'll roll right on the play action. Fire right side. Douglas in the end zone. Did he get a foot down? Yes, he did. Touchdown Tornadoes. Adam Douglas from Ethan Beamish for 6, and it's 6-0 Brevard pending the extra point. Textbook opening drive. If you asked Coach Kite how he'd want the first drive to go, that's probably exactly what he would say as Brevard opens a scoring with Vandergriff out to do the kicking duties for Brevard. The snap's back, holds down, the kick is up, and the kick is through. It looks like Southern Virginia might have jumped. As we'll take this second to look at the replay. Brevard mixed it up. You knew they were going to have to at some point, and Beamish rolls out right, hits his ever-reliable target, Adam Douglas, for 6. And Brevard special teams unit coming off the field. The kick is good as Brevard declines a penalty. 10:55 to go in the first quarter. Brevard 7, Southern Virginia 0. We'll take a 15-second break and be back with kickoff on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, great first drive for Brevard. Got it on Southern Virginia's 38-yard line and still managed to take 4 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock on the opening drive. Exactly what Coach Bill Kyatt wanted to do with his high-powered Southern Virginia offense, who we'll see in just a moment. As a Vandergriff set to kick it away for the Tornadoes. He sends it deep towards the left side, and it's going to take a trip into the end zone for a touchback. Nice kick by Vandergriff. That doesn't allow for a return, and Brevard will come out defensively for the first time this afternoon to face the number 1 offense in the USA South. The Southern Virginia Knights, led by quarterback Devin Watson. in a team that's going to run a lot of plays, going to get up to the line, going to snap the ball quick, and Brevard has seemed a game plan for that. Coach Kyatt said they simulated in practice, but it's hard to simulate against a team that is used to doing it week in and week out, as Watson will set up in the gun with Antoine Mills to his right hip. 3 receivers in the formation as he sends Mills out to the left in motion. Watson takes a snap. He looks over the middle, has a receiver. It's a sliding grab for MJ Laws. A little bit underthrown by Watson, but he got it there in time, as now you see Southern Virginia quickly up to the line. 1st and 10 at the 43. Watson 2 backs in the backfield. It's Solers and Mills. Actually, Jairique Washington, as he takes a snap, fires left side over the shoulder, grab completed and taken down at the 40. That's Mills out of the backfield on the wheel route. And it's back-to-back first downs for Southern Virginia. Deshaun Allen there on the stop. But Southern Virginia now into Brevard territory in just 2 plays. 1st and 10, Knights at Brevard's 41. Mills in the backfield. Once again with Watson, 2 receivers to the right, and a tight end in the formation who comes in motion now back to the left side. Watson hands off Mills, and he's swallowed at the line of scrimmage. Brandon Broughton came up and made the play on Antoine Mills on the first run of the day for Southern Virginia. A loss of 1 at 2nd and 11. Broughton screaming in from the secondary to make the play at the line of scrimmage, as Solers checks in the game for the first time at running back. Washington in the formation along with MJ Laws on the left. And DJ Perry, Isaiah Maxey to the right. Watson takes the snap, fires left. Broughton was there, but it's caught by Jairique Washington for a medium gain of about 5 yards. And it's going to be 3rd and medium for Southern Virginia. 3rd and about 6 with 9:30 and a moving clock here in this first quarter. Looks like kind of no man's land for the Knights here. If they don't pick this up, you'd have to wonder, are they going to go for it on their first drive? 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Watson. He puts Solers in motion, takes a snap, fires across the middle, has a receiver, but it's dropped by Scott Dupay. And tight coverage applied there. I believe Bailey Ramey was the linebacker who came over to kind of jar it loose. And as I just mentioned, Southern Virginia's offense is going to stay on the field here for 4th and 6. Big momentum swinging play possibility here for the Brevard defense. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Watson. The audibles at the line of scrimmage. 2 running backs in the backfield, and Washington and Solers. He takes snap. It's going to be a pooch punt by Devin Watson, and Carter Rollerson comes up to grab it and just goes down. Interesting call for Southern Virginia. A wise one probably on 4th and 6. But Brevard will set up offensively at its own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Quarterback pooch punt for Devin Watson. To bring Brevard back a little bit. Probably hoped for a little bit more on that kick. Only about a 15-yard punt, all things considered. 1st and 10 for Brevard. I think it's Deaton in the backfield now with Ethan Beamish. Messiah Ramsor in the formation. And Reggie Taylor to the left. Handoff goes Deaton up the middle. He's swallowed after a couple yards, but pushes forward. Now a flag comes flying in from behind the line of scrimmage in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is. That was Deaton. He's spotted at the 24-yard line for 2nd and 7, but we'll see what the call is. Brevard's offense moving backwards. It does look like an offensive penalty here. Holding called on Bryce Shoemake, the freshman center. And it moves Brevard back 10 yards deeper into its own territory, now at the 9-yard line for 1st and 20. Talked all season to Coach Kyatt about limiting the penalties and how they can kind of hold you up a little bit. And first penalty there for Brevard here today. As Beamish gets back under center, Deaton deep in the backfield with Messiah Ramsor out right, Alex Bolton out to the left. Josh Quinn comes in tight to the formation, as does Messiah Ramsor. As Beamish takes a snap, handoff goes Deaton up the middle. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's swung down at the 14-yard line. And it's going to be second and about 15 yards to go for the Brevard offense here on its second drive of the game. 7-0 Tornadoes. It was a 9-yard connection from Ethan Beamish to Adam Douglas to open the scoring on a 4-minute and 5-second drive that only took 41 yards. It's Beamish now on the gun. Deaton on his right hip. Takes the snap. And it's a handoff to ZFM, who was also in the formation. A nifty call, but only a couple yards, maybe 2, on the shovel pass from Beamish to Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. So 3rd and 15. It was a creative play design there for Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, who's had his fair share of touches so far in this game. 3rd and long for the Brevard offense with under 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. Only one pass thrown by Ethan Beamish so far, and it went for a touchdown. As he takes a snap, drops a pass. Looking long, fires left, has Deaton the flat. He hurdles a defender, but he's taken down by Britton Tidwell at the 21-yard line, and Brevard will punt. Safe play offensively on 3rd and long. It didn't go for many yards, but gave Deaton a chance to make a play on a low-risk, high-reward throw from Ethan Beamish. Sammy Vargas will punt for Brevard. With Jalen Lackey back to receive. Play clock under 10. Vargas calls for the snap. It's a good snap, and he gets the punt away. A spiraling kick that backs up Lackey to about the 31-yard line. Lackey fields, he's taken down. Great tackle by Eli Ray. And Lackey had a lot of space across the right sideline, and Ray said, not today. Took him down and made a big play to push Southern Virginia back into its own territory. Good punt from Vargas. Great tackle. Might have been Fauntleroy McDaniel there, waiting to see the back of the jersey as he made a wonderful play. It was Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel who tripped up Jalen Lackey, and it's 1st and 10 Southern Virginia at their own 37-yard line. Watson with Solers in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right in the formation for the Southern Virginia signal caller. He drops the pass, pressure coming in from Dorsey, and he's able to float it over the middle. He has Lackey, who is wrangled down by Bailey Ramey. It's a 5-yard gain, and good for Watson to get that ball out. Robert Dorsey was crashing in quickly, but he was able to get it away, and it's 2nd and 4. Southern Virginia right up to the line of scrimmage. As Watson drops the throw again, fires right quickly, has a receiver, and he's taken down at the 50-yard line. It was Isaiah Maxey, Dre Burton with the tackle, and it's 1st down yardage for Southern Virginia. Three receivers, trips to the left for Watson as Southern Virginia right back to the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, 2-step drop, pump fake, throws it right side, and Maxey was there. The throw was wide. Watson a little awkward on that. A double pump to Maxey, and this is where Southern Virginia will slow down a little bit on incomplete passes. I think that's what Coach Bill Kyatt would like to see today, is Southern Virginia looking to the sideline here to get the play call. Watson with Mills in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The clock stopped for the first time in a while at 5:59. Watson drops the throw, steps up in the pocket. He takes off, has room. He breaks a tackle, and Broughton eventually gets to him at the 40. But it's a 1st down scramble. Curtis Bowden Jr. was there as well on the tackle. It's 1st down Southern Virginia, right back to the line of the scrimmage. Southern Virginia comes. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. For Watson all alone in the gun. He takes a snap, looks right, fires left, had a receiver, a lot of contact, and here comes a flag. It was a high-thrown football. Deshaun Allen got a little too excited and reached over the back of Javen Ball, and it'll be pass interference, I believe, on Deshaun Allen. Well, now they're going to pick it up. It was an uncatchable football, and I think that's the right call. It was contact, but it was a high throw from Devin Watson, and Javen Ball didn't have a chance at it. Deshaun Allen certainly interfered. If the ball was on the money, it would have been a penalty for sure. But an Uncatchable ball, and it's 2nd and 10 from the 40 for Southern Virginia. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left for Watson. Marcus Solers in the backfield with him. Takes a snap, looks right, fires right. It's caught by Maxey, but 2 tornadoes there. Will Haddon, as well as Bailey Ramey, were there on the tackle. As clock spins under 5:30, it's 3rd and 5. Kind of deja vu from the first drive. 3rd and medium for Southern Virginia inside Brevard territory at the 36. Watson goes to the line of scrimmage with 3 receivers to the left and trips one to the right. Takes a snap, hands off Solers, who has space, and he trucks over a Brevard defender. He's close to the sticks, didn't quite get it, as Robert Dorsey was the first there on the stop. And here comes Obadiah Grimes and Cameron Eubanks to try and plug the hole in the middle on 4th and short. Now a whistle. It looked like Brevard was trying to get their substitutes off the field. The flag came in, but the timeout was granted. And you saw the experienced Devin Watson, the junior, saw Brevard was coming off the field late and trying to speed it up. So it's going to be a timeout for Brevard. 4th and 1 when we come back. 31-yard line for Southern Virginia. We'll be right back.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, 4th and 1 for Southern Virginia. Brevard was getting Obadiah Grimes and Cameron Eubanks on the field, and the 2 subs were late to come off. So Southern Virginia tried to snap it and get the 5-yard penalty, but Bill Kyatt wise enough to call a timeout. 4th and 1, Watson in the shotgun, Solers on his right hip. Pretty obvious what Southern Virginia is going to try to do here, actually. They give it to Lackey on a swing pass. He is swallowed behind the line of scrimmage, and it's a stop for the Brevard defense. Brandon Broughton and Dre Burton converged on Jalen Lackey, who Southern Virginia thought Brevard was thinking he was going up the middle, bringing those 2 defensive tackles in. But Brevard ready for that, and it's a stop on 4th down. Brevard football on the 35, a 4-yard loss on the jet sweep to Jalen Lackey. And 1st down, Tornadoes. Momentum certainly with Brevard here so far today as Beamish under center, ZFM in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right as Douglas comes in motion. Now motion's back down to the right side. Now whistles before the play. Looks like we'll have a procedural penalty here on Brevard. False start called on Willie Morton Jr., and that's back-to-back drives now where Brevard's drive has started with the penalty. It set him back the first time. Only 5 yards this time, but still, when you have the momentum, penalties can certainly thwart that. There's Beamish in the huddle, 1st and 15 for Brevard, now at the 30-yard line of the Brevard College Tornadoes, leading 7-0 with 4.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. The game plan has been evident so far today as Beamish is under center with ZFM in the backfield. Play action, Beamish looking long. He'll fire long. Jordan Barnett's there, and he makes a grab, and then it comes out on the impact with the ground. Jordan Barnett had the football, couldn't bring it into his chest, and it's a deep pass that falls incomplete. Beamish looking for Barnett, and it's 2nd and 15. Right decision there, a post route by Jordan Barnett, who had that touchdown grab that propelled Brevard to the win over Erskine with 18 seconds left. And he almost had a big play right there. Looks like Rayshawn Williams in the backfield with Ethan Beamish. Tight formation here for Brevard. It's Reggie Taylor II who options out left. Beamish fires left to Taylor. Now a flag down At about the 33-yard line, Jordan Barnett didn't like whatever just happened. We'll see what the call is here. As Taylor made the grab near the original line of scrimmage. And Jordan Barnett talking with Jack Spots. This might go on him, waiting for the official signal from the referees down on the field. Long discussion here. Right in the middle of a host of tornadoes at about the 27-yard line. Barnett collided with somebody. It's either going to be, in my opinion, illegal contact or offensive pass interference. That's my two guesses. As a flag's picked up again. So a long discussion resulting in no penalty. It's the second time today that there's been a flag down that has not stood. And it'll be a third and about 9.5 for Brevard, right in front of the original line of scrimmage at the 35.5-yard line. Like I said, Barnett collided with somebody in the middle of the field there. After a lengthy discussion, there's been decided that there was no penalty on the play. 3rd and 9, a passing down here for Brevard to try and extend this drive. Beamish has two with him in the backfield. It's ZFM and Jaden Deaton. Shywan Grant out to the wide side right. Beamish drops a pass. He'll fire left to Douglas, and a good contest. The ball is kicked up in the air. Was it intercepted? Yes, it was. Jamar Robinson off the carom. It looked like it got off Douglas' hand, then went to his foot, and it's picked off by Robinson. That was wacky. We'll take a look at that in a moment. It looked like Douglas maybe knocked it down onto his foot, and trying to make that play, Jamar Robinson was there on the carom. And it's Southern Virginia football on a quick change at Brevard's 39-yard line. Not sure I've ever seen a more fortunate bounce. It went right to Jamar Robinson, who was there to make the play. Good awareness from the defensive back to come up and make it as Watson drops the pass, looks right, fires right, has a receiver on the wheel route. It's Jyreek Robinson who makes the grab for first down yardage from Jyreek Washington. As now another discussion. Brevard didn't think he caught the football, and now that's going to be the call. It was hard to see over here. It looked like Washington had possession inbounds, but it's ruled incomplete. See all the different ways, despite that not resulting in a completion, that Southern Virginia uses number 1, Jyreek Washington. As Watson takes the snap, handoff goes up the middle to Mills, and there's a host of tornadoes there. First one there was Robert Dorsey. Bailey Ramey was there as well. And just like that, it's 3rd and 8. 3rd down, 8 yards to go for the Southern Virginia offense after a wonderful play defensively to create a quick turnover. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Watson, empty in the gun. 2-step drop for Watson, pressure coming in. The pressure will not get home as Watson's able to escape, but he's taken down at the 30-yard line, short of a first down. Deshaun Haddon was there on the stop. And it's 4th and a yard and a half. Southern Virginia lines up to go for it again after being stopped on the last drive. As Watson audibles at the line of scrimmage, looks to the sideline, now back in the gun. Mills on his right hip, trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. See if Brevard has it again to get a 4th down stop. Play action. Watson looks left, fires left, and it's caught across the 25 to the 20. And it was DJ Perry who made the play and gets first down yardage for Southern Virginia at the 20. Here come the Knights again. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left with a running back Mills in the backfield. Washington motions to the left side of the formation. As Watson takes the snap. Looks left, fires left. It's Washington who makes the grab, but the Tornadoes are right there. Bailey Ramey makes the stop, a gain of just about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Washington stands just 5'8", 165, but he's slippery in the middle of the defense, and even on the sideline, he almost had that one down the right sideline. That was ruled incomplete. He subs out. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Watson with 2 running backs in the backfield. Takes a snap, play action, looks left, he's hit as he throws, but it's complete to the left side for Sintez Gibson. And it's inside the 10-yard line at the 8 for first down yardage. To Sean Allen there on the stop. As under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter, Southern Virginia looking to knot up this ball game. Watson takes a snap, drops a throw, looks left, fires right back to Gibson. He has it for about a 8-yard gain to the 2. Allen's there again on the stop. But it's now at the 1-yard line for Southern Virginia. Actually make it the 2. Second down and goal for the Knights, trailing 7-0, but looking to punch it in and even up this score. Watson in the gun with Solers in the backfield. High snap, he takes it, hands off Solers, who actually tried to throw to the right side of the end zone. Looked like Solers had the football, but it was thrown to the right side for Henry Audette. Watson really sold that, as did Solers, but Audette couldn't get to it. Justice Redmond in coverage. 3rd and goal from the 2. For the Southern Virginia Knights, we'll see if this Brevard defense can stand tall yet again, as it did just a drive ago on 4th down and a yard. 3rd and goal here. You have to assume Southern Virginia is certainly looking for 6 here. With 2 receivers to the right and the left, Lackey comes in motion. Watson takes a high snap again. Play action, fires left side. It's broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. Quintrell Bowman was there on the coverage. Henry Audette once again the intended target. And it's 4th and goal. Another big opportunity as Brevard looks to shut things down on 4th down. Looked like the kicking unit was trotting on the field. Now they will head back to the SBU sideline. Some palms up in the air on the Southern Virginia offense, waiting for the play. Now whistle's blown. It's going to be a timeout for the Knights. Confusion on 4th down with 53.4 seconds to play in this first quarter. Southern Virginia will talk about it and come back 4th and goal on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service. But more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Fourth and goal for the Southern Virginia offense, and it looks like the Knights will kick. So the Knights opt to cut into the deficit instead of try to tie it on 4th and goal. And it will be Alex Passy to kick. It's about a 20-yard field goal as it's up, and it is through. 7-3 as Brevard's defense stands tall yet again and limits the Southern Virginia offense to just 3 points. And it's 7-3 Tornadoes. So we'll take a quick 15-second break. On the other side, Brevard football on the kickoff.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina Legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
7-3 Brevard as the Tornado defense once again stands tall. A couple passes by the Knights near the goal line, a little surprising. Instead of trying to plug it up the middle, see what you can get, they opted to pass on a couple downs, and Brevard holds them to 3. Dupay to do the kicking duties. It's a short kick to the left side. Herbert Pringle fields it on the run down the left sideline. He'll just run out of bounds across the 30. Probably a wise decision, with a lot of Knights there to try and make the tackle. And it's Brevard football at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the YouTube live stream. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. It's been a busy day of Brevard College athletics, both here at home and on the road. Men's soccer on the road at William Peace today, cycling at Nationals. We had volleyball, women's soccer, and now football here on the campus today. Wide receiver out to the left, Fauntleroy McDaniel in the backfield, Beamish, Herbert Pringle tights the formation on the right side. Handoff goes ZFM. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's spun down at the 40 by Cade Hansen, first on the tackle. And Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, like I said, steady dose of him today. And he has proven his worth to this team on a day where Brevard kind of wants to sit on the football a little bit. And it's 2nd and 1 from the 41 with 20 seconds playing a moving clock. The play clock difference about 2 seconds, so you think Brevard will sit on this till the quarter and continue to hold up that game plan of just limiting the touches for this offense. And Brevard yet to get to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like the offense will walk to the sideline. End of the first quarter here at Ives-Lamel Family Field. Brevard leads receiving vote Southern Virginia 7-3. A touchdown from Ethan Beamish, Adam Douglas to open the scoring, and Alex Passy, the freshman, knocks through a 20-yard field goal to cut into the deficit. We'll be right back with the second quarter of action here on YouTube.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here at Ives-Lamel Family Field, Brevard 7, Southern Virginia 3. Entering the second quarter of play, we'll talk some stats here. It's been an interesting start for both sides. Ethan Beamish has thrown just 6 passes, 4 of 6 for 22 yards and a touchdown. With a long of 9 yards, that was a touchdown pass to Adam Douglas. Also has that one interception, also looking for Adam Douglas. That was kicked up in the air and picked off to put Southern Virginia deep in Brevard territory. But again, that defense stood tall against this talented Southern Virginia offense. Looking at that offense, Devin Watson has already thrown 17 passes in the first quarter alone, 11 of 17 for 84 yards. As he spread the ball around to 7 different guys so far in this ball game. Brevard football at its own 41-yard line, 2nd and short. As Beamish once again hands the ball off to Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, who has first down yardage across the 45 to the 46. He's taken down by a host of Knights. And that's another 5 yards for Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, who is now at 8 carries for 43 yards and averaging over 5 yards a carry. I think that's exactly what Coach Kyatt wanted to see today, as Fauntleroy McDaniel seems to be the workhorse this afternoon. He's back in the backfield with Ethan Beamish on his left hip. Shaiwan Grant comes in motion on the right side of the formation. Beamish takes a snap, play action, drops the pass. The rush is coming in. He escapes to the right, gets the football away. Was he down? It was Britton Tidwell to take him down. They're looking for intentional grounding potentially. It looked like Beamish was almost down on the pursuit from Tidwell. And that discussion is being had right now. It was tight. Beamish tried to get it away. Not sure if he did. And now intentional grounding is going to come down. Beamish said there was somebody right there. And it looks like he was saying Josh Quinn was right there. But grounding is the call, and it's going to move Brevard way back and be a loss of down penalty. Beamish threw that ball from about the 31-yard line. That's where it's going to be. So a 15-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 25 for Brevard. That's kind of been the trend today on some of these offensive drives, as Brevard starts back near where the drive started initially for 2nd and 25. A couple penalties have hurt drives, and now an intentional grounding on Ethan Beamish makes it 2nd and 25. CFM on his right hip. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Handoff goes Fauntleroy McDaniel. He breaks a couple tackles, and he has a short gain on second down. Spike Adams there on the tackle, as well with Jamar Robinson on the stop. And it's third and very long for this Brevard offense from its own 33-yard line. Lots of subs coming in. Jaden Deaton checks in. Jack Spots, as well as Adam Douglas and Jordan Barnett for 3rd and 23. 13:50 in a moving clock here in the second quarter. Brevard has controlled the time of possession thus far, and that's exactly what Coach Kyatt wanted to see, and keep that offense off of the field, and it's done so pretty well today. Snap back to Beamish. He's looking left. He'll fire left. He has Barnett across at 50. He makes the grab, and he has a first down. A 3rd and 23 conversion for Jordan Barnett from Ethan Beamish as Blake Beardall pushes him out of bounds. And an unlikely conversion for the Brevard offense to Southern Virginia's 40-yard line. Rayshawn Williams would check in the backfield for the first time, as it seems like this might be the first time Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel has come off the field this afternoon, as Beamish will line up under center. Williams deep in the backfield on 1st and 10. Beamish takes a snap. He'll hand off Williams, who has some space across the 37. He's spun down at about the 36-yard line by Britton Tidwell. And it's 2nd and medium. Now some whistles blow. Looks like an injury on the defensive line. Maybe Kavika Bringhurst down. Actually, no, he's on his feet. Not sure exactly who it is, as he is getting attended to. We'll take a break and check out who it was on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Osmell Family Field as the Southern Virginia defensive lineman continues to get checked out here early in this second quarter. 12:41 to go. Here in this second quarter, Ryan Wilkes with you live on YouTube as he's back on his feet. Good to see that as he heads to the sideline. Mentioned time of possession. That's been pretty even so far as Sawyer Rasmussen gets accompanied to the sideline. Pretty much dead even, actually. 7:29 for Southern Virginia, 7:31 for Brevard. That's kind of what the Tornadoes wanted to do, is at least have a hand in controlling the time of possession, and Brevard has done that up to this point. And it's 2nd and 7 for Brevard, with, as the clock now picks back up, 12:40 in a moving clock. In the second quarter, Messiah Ramsey to the right of the formation. Holden Trimnell comes in motion, with Alex Bolton out to the left. Beamish takes the snap, hands off Rayshawn Williams. He breaks a tackle or two and pushes forward across the 35 to about the 34 as basically the whole Southern Virginia defensive line sits on top of Rayshawn Williams. Ty Smith was there on the stop initially, and it will be 3rd and about an even 5. Williams checks out, as does Messiah Ramsey. Douglas and ZFM back in the game for the Brevard offense for 3rd down and 5 yards to go. ZFM in the backfield with Beamish. Spots, Taylor the second, and Grant out to the left with Douglas tight to the formation on the right side. Beamish takes the snap, 2-step drop to pass. Looks ZFM has him. He bobbled it and then got it back in at the 30-yard line. Is it enough for a first down? Yes, it is. Tony Napier Jr. was headhunting there for ZFM and almost had him as it ricocheted off his chest, but he reeled it back in. It's a 5-yard pitch and catch from Beamish to ZFM that moves the chains. Wonderful job from Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel to have the focus and concentration to hold on to that football even after the hit from Napier. Bolton to the left of the formation. Beamish takes a snap, hands back off Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. He breaks away, and he's gone. Touchdown Tornadoes. Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel gone in a flash, and it's 13-3. He broke past the first level of defense, and he sprinted past his second level of defenders. And Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel has himself a touchdown run. What a day it's been for Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, who finds the end zone and pushes this to a multiple possession lead for the Brevard offense. Vandergrift's kick is up, and it is good with another flag down. As while we wait to get this call, let's look at the touchdown run from Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. He broke in the second level and did so quickly and left the secondary in the dust. It's been all Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel today as the kick will stand. It's another penalty on Southern Virginia on the extra point. And it's 14-3 Brevard. So it's an illegal substitution call and an offsides on the Knights. Penalty is both declined. The point after is good. And Brevard's lead is 14-3 with 10:54 to play before halftime. We'll keep it right here as the special teams units both back on the field already for the Knights and the Tornadoes. Now 10 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. For Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, that was a 30-yard scamper for the sophomore to extend this Brevard lead. Now some commotion on the Brevard sideline. Looking for a football. We didn't have a football on the field. And Coach Matt Helton sprinted out of his position and made sure we got a football back to kick away. So now we'll trade out said football and get a new one on the field and get ready for kickoff. 14-3 Brevard, 10:54 to go in the second quarter. With Vandergrift to send it away, Southern Virginia looking for a response. This high-octane offense has been held in check thus far, with Brevard kind of sitting on the football a little bit and really emphasizing the run game. Southern Virginia hadn't had an answer for it yet, with Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel averaging 7.5 yards a carry after that 30-yard touchdown run. As Vandergrift sends the kick away, a line drive kick, and it'll go out of bounds. Free kick out of bounds on Vandergrift, and it will put Southern Virginia at the 35-yard line. So a little bit of a break for Southern Virginia to get some better field position as they look to get this offense rolling before Brevard starts to get things out of hand a little bit here in this ball game. It's been all Tornadoes thus far. Southern Virginia had a drive stall inside the 5 last time out. Stopped at the 2 and had to kick a field goal to get on the board. As Watson sets up under center, he motions Lackey out of the backfield and brings Antoine Mills behind him. 3 receivers split out left as he puts Mills in motion. Watson takes the snap, looks left. Pressure coming in. He'll fire across the middle off the hands of Lackey, incomplete. Curtis Bowden Jr. there on the coverage. The pressure was coming from Abdul Malik Shalanki as he came off that left edge right in front of Trevor Burke and applied the pressure. 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Mills still back with Watson in the formation. Lackey and Isaiah Maxey to the right, and 2 receivers split out to the left. Watson takes a snap, handoff goes to Mills, and he's swallowed by Bowden Jr. at the line of scrimmage. He kept his legs moving for a short gain. Nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Curtis Bowden Jr. has been all over the field so far today. And he makes a stop near the line of scrimmage. Watson alone in the gun for 3rd and 8 inside Southern Virginia territory. Watson drops the throw, looks left, fires left. He's hit as he throws. It's incomplete. Lackey took a spill, some contact, but no call. 4th and 8, as it looked like Shalanki and Dorsey were back there with the pressure and got a piece of Watson as he let it go, and Southern Virginia will punt. What a job by this Brevard defense so far. To not only keep this offense off the field, but when they're on the field, get them off pretty quickly. And Brevard has done that so far today. As Alex Passy will send the punt away. It's a end-over-end kick that sends Jeremiah Lane back inside the 20. He fields, cuts back a couple times, and he almost broke out of a tackle, but he's taken down at the 25 by Dominic Bosco. And it'll be 1st and 10 Brevard, smack dab at the 25-yard line. 10:07 to go in the second quarter. So far, so good on a beautiful homecoming afternoon. Great crowd in attendance. I don't see many blue seats or bleachers left open here today. A great crowd on hand for this homecoming matchup between Brevard and Southern Virginia. Jaden Deaton will start in the backfield with Ethan Beamish giving ZFM a little breather to open this drive. Handoff goes to Deaton, and he is swallowed at the line of scrimmage. It was Kavika Bringhurst there first on the stop, and it's no gain to set up 2nd and 10. So Bringhurst makes the stop at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Deaton remains in the backfield with Beamish. One receiver to the right, one to the left. As he brings Roberson tight to the line of scrimmage. Beamish takes the snap. Play action, looks deep. Now looks to the left, has Taylor, and it's caught. Reggie Taylor II takes off to the 40. There he goes down the right sideline. Taylor II is gone. Touchdown Tornadoes. Ethan Beamish to Reggie Taylor II for 6, and it's 20-3 Brevard. 75 yards from Beamish to Reggie Taylor II, and Brevard continues to pour it on here in the second quarter. Reggie made that grab at about the 40-yard line, broke away from his defender, and the rest was history. Extra point on the way from Vandergriff. It's up, and it is good. 21-3 Tornadoes after a 75-yard pitch and catch from Ethan Beamish to Reggie Taylor II. We'll take a look at that play. As the two connected down the right sideline, it looked like Roberson was a primary option. Beamish saw he wasn't there, went to Reggie, and it results in 6 points. 9:13 to go in the second. We'll keep it right here as Vandergriff will send it away for Brevard, who has dominated this opening half of football to take a 21-3 lead. Pretty much everything that could go right has gone right for Brevard so far today. As Vandergriff set to tee up the kick and send it away with 9:13 to go before half. Vandergriff tees it up. A end-over-end kick to about the 7-yard line. It's fielded and taken across the 15, across the 20, and he's taken down by a trio of Tornadoes. Kept the legs moving, but couldn't get too far. And it'll be 1st and 10 Southern Virginia at about the 24-yard line, as the Knights desperately look for an answer. It was Stephen Leo on the return, and he didn't go too far before he was met by a host of Brevard Tornadoes who definitely have the energy. You can feel it even here in the press box. We got a window in front of us. You can still feel the energy from this home crowd on a sunny Saturday afternoon in Brevard, North Carolina. 1st and 10 Knights with Marcus Solers to the left hip of Devin Watson. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Knights to open the drive. 2-step drop. He flips it out to Solers. Has space across the left side, but he doesn't get much, maybe 5 yards as he's shoved out of bounds. Looked like Rollerson was over there, as well as Curtis Bowden Jr. and Dre Burton. And it'll be 2nd and 5. Second down, 5 yards to go for the Southern Virginia offense, who has averaged 37.5 points a game this season and almost 350 yards of total offense, and it just hasn't been that kind of day for this offense as whistles blow a brief stoppage. Exactly not what Southern Virginia wants right now. They want to keep this thing moving and try to create some momentum, wear down the Brevard defense a little bit. Solar's in the backfield. As he takes a handoff, he's met by Bailey Ramey near the line of scrimmage, and Solar's able to truck forward for 2 yards, but no further than that. Ramey pumped up after that play. He met Solar's right in the hole, and it'll be third and a long 4 yards. Trips out to the right, one to the left for Watson. He takes a snap, drops the pass, looks left, fires left, and it's picked off. Quintrell Bowman makes the play, saw the miscommunication, jumped the route, and Brevard has a turnover with 7:58 to go in the second quarter. Jairique Washington got a little mixed up with Devin Watson. And again, everything that can go right has gone right in this first half for Brevard. And the Tornadoes look to add even more with 7:58 to go in the second quarter. Only the second interception this season for Devin Watson, who has previously been fantastic for Southern Virginia. It's Beamish in the gun, ZFM in the backfield with him. Play action, Beamish looks deep, pressure coming in. He escapes to his left, he'll fire left, looking for Taylor again in the end zone, and it's broken up. Good coverage there. Looks like Alex Passy might have gotten a hand on it. Now a flag deep in the backfield in the area of offensive holding. That or Beamish was hit after he threw. We'll see what the call is here. I was looking in the end zone, didn't see the extracurricular after the play. And it looks like it's a roughing call. Beamish can't find Taylor the second in the end zone, but the offense moving 15 yards forward to about the 17-yard line on a costly penalty from the Knights. First down, 10 yards to go for the Brevard offense from the Southern Virginia 17-yard line. Brevard looking to add another score here in this first half. Has been nothing short of fantastic on both sides of the football. The defense, a turnover on downs, and a interception. The offense has been moving. As Beamish takes a snap, hands off Fontroy McDaniel across the left side, across the 15. He spun down near the 10 at the 12. Passy was the first there on the tackle. And it will be 2nd and 6. Spotted at the 13-yard line, 2nd down and 6 for the Brevard offense. ZFM comes off the field along with Shaiwan Grant Roberson and Amari Fowler, along with Jeremiah Lane checking the game. Lane is in the backfield, way deep in the backfield behind Ethan Beamish, who is under center. Beamish takes the snap. It's a pitch to Lane, trying to seal the edge. He crosses the 10. He's near the 5 at about the 7. Actually make it the 9. He's taken down just short of first down yardage. It's Trayton Henderson who makes the stop as the clock spins under 7 minutes to go in the first half. A host of subs come on the field for Brevard as Quinn Roberson and Lane check out. It's Trimnell into the game, as well as Blake Shepard into the contest for Brevard, and Josh Quinn joins them for 3rd down and 1. Fontor McDaniel deep in the backfield with Beamish under center. Play action, he rolls right, he looks right, he'll fire right to the end zone off the outstretched arm of Douglas. Incomplete. And it's 4th and 1, decision time for Brevard. And the Tornadoes will kick. It'll be a 31-yard field, actually make it 27-yard field goal for Vandergriff to try and extend this lead to 3 touchdowns. Make it a 26-yard field goal for Vandergriff. The snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is off the goalpost, no good. Maybe the first thing that hasn't gone Brevard's way here in this first half is Vandergriff just misses the field goal, and it remains a 21-3 ball game. 6:17 to go here in this first half. We'll keep it right here and continue to talk some stats. I mean, what a job Brevard has done so far here today. 17 rushes for 78 yards, averaging 4.6 yards per carry. Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, 11 carries for 79 yards to lead that charge. 7.2 yards per carry for Fauntleroy McDaniel, including that long 30-yard touchdown run. As the Southern Virginia offense back out on the field, Watson takes the snap, play action, he looks left, fires left, has a receiver in the flat. And it's Mo Smith Fallow for 5 yards to the, make it the 26-yard line for 2nd and 4. So 6-yard gain for Southern Virginia on the first play of its drive, and they're right back to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left with a running back on the right hip of Watson. Takes a snap, handoff goes up the middle to Mills. He has space across a 40, and he's spun down at about the 44 by Carter Rollerson. And the Southern Virginia offense starting to move here near midfield. Under 6 minutes to play, 5:43 in the moving clock. The ball moves back to the 43-yard line, still 1st and 10. Wide receiver to the left. 3 to the right in the formation for Watson, who is forced to slow down a little bit. The referees came up to the line of scrimmage and said, wait a second. As he takes the snap, drops the throw, pressure coming in. He escapes to the left side, has room across the 50, and he is taken down at about the 43-yard line of the Tornadoes. It's a scramble for Devin Watson. And Curtis Bowden Jr. takes him down. First down on the quarterback run. As Watson heads back in the gun, Mills with him in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. The Southern Virginia signal caller takes a snap, fires left, has a receiver. It's caught by Mo Smith Fallow, and he's taken down at the 20-yard line by Justice Redmond. Nice pitch and catch for 23 yards as Watson's starting to find his rhythm late in this first half. And Southern Virginia approaches Brevard's red zone, 1st and 10. Solers in the backfield, along with Javen Ball. He comes in motion. Watson takes the snap, fires left side. It's caught a big hit, jars the ball loose. The ball's loose. It's on the turf. Now it's ruled incomplete. Brandon Broughton with a huge hit to jar that ball loose, and it's 2nd and 10. Broughton has had himself a day. He's been in the backfield, and he makes a big hit over the middle to make it 2nd and 10. Ball and Solers back in the backfield. Leo out to the left, 2 receivers out to the right. Watson takes a snap, play action. He's hit as he throws. It's almost picked off as Rollerson upended Scott Dupay, and Broughton was there on the back end, reached out his arm but couldn't haul it in, and it's 3rd and 10. Big hit from Carter Rollerson, standing just 5'7", 180. And he lifted Scott Dupay off the ground to force that ball incomplete. Solder still in the backfield with Watson, a receiver to the left, 3 to the right. For Southern Virginia's quarterback, he drops the throw, fires right, has a receiver, it's caught. He cuts it back to the middle, has some space, and he might have first down yardage as Sintez Gibson made the most of that. He ran east to west a little bit, but he was able to get back up the field. It's going to be 4th and short, 4th and about a long yard for Southern Virginia. It's kind of have to go for territory at this point. 21-3 with 3:44 on a moving clock in this first half. Can the Brevard defense come up with yet another stop? Watson takes a snap, he hands off Mills, and he is swallowed behind the line of scrimmage. Another stop for Brevard. Bailey Ramey was there to make the play, and it's a 4th down stop for the Brevard defense once again. What a job, what an effort by this Brevard defense to slow down the conference's leading offense and give them little to nothing. Southern Virginia has been able to get the ball deep in Brevard territory, but it's only been able to come away with 3 points today. And Brevard's defense gives the offense the ball back with 3:33 to go before half. Beamish joined by Jaden Deaton in the backfield, a wide receiver out to the right. Pringle tight to the formation on the left. Handoff goes Deaton. And he has a couple yards before he's dragged down. Maybe actually lost about a yard. As he spun down by Cade Hansen, it looked like Deaton might have gotten a yard or two, but he was going east to west for a little bit there, and he was taken down in the backfield. 2nd and 11 for Brevard, as Williams will join Ethan Beamish in the backfield. Jack Spots checks in, as well as Adam Douglas for 2nd and long. Now Shywan Grant, a late sub. Play clock under 15 seconds. As the referee stands over the football, gives Southern Virginia the chance to sub. Williams on the right hip of Beamish, play clock under 5 seconds. Beamish takes the snap, drops to throw, fires right side to Taylor, but it's out of the reach of Reggie Taylor the second, and it'll be 3rd and long. So potentially a quick drive here for Brevard, and it will give Southern Virginia the ball back in the scenario that Brevard does not convert this 3rd and long. And a lot of the receiving threats come off the field with Douglas, Shywan Grant, and Jack Spots leading the game. Roberson in the formation, as well as Herbert Pringle, the 4th. As Williams sits in the backfield with Beamish, play clock under 10. Handoff goes to Williams. He cuts back, has a couple yards, but not enough for a first down. Make it a 2-yard gain for Rayshawn Williams. Alex Passy there on the stop, and Brevard will send the punt away. Conservative call there for Brevard, just try and get this clock to the 2-minute timeout, or force Southern Virginia to use its 2nd timeout. So 4th and 9 for Brevard, and it looks like the Tornadoes will be content to let this tick down the 2 unless Southern Virginia opts to use a timeout. As the clock heads towards the 2, Brevard has yet to break the huddle. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout. It's been all Brevard here in this first half, 21-3. Southern Virginia will get the ball back with 2 minutes to play before half and 2 timeouts. We'll see if Southern Virginia can create some momentum and possibly cut into this deficit on the other side.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out at the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, 2 minutes on the clock before halftime. And Brevard will punt the football away. Back to the Knights, 21-3. Tornadoes lead over the Southern Virginia University Knights. Big contest today on homecoming. A talented Southern Virginia team who's receiving votes has not had it today quite yet. As Sammy Vargas will punt with Jalen Lackey back to receive. Vargas gets away the punt, pressure coming in. Lackey calls a fair catch, and I think he was interfered with. And here comes a flag. Fair catch interference is the call. And that'll give Southern Virginia some yardage. I believe the contact was about the 45-yard line. So we'll get Brevard or Southern Virginia near the 50. Matt Hilton not happy with that call. He thought his guy was maybe shoved in to the return man. So kick catch interference called on Brevard. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. The spot of the foul is a 45, so it puts Southern Virginia at Brevard's 40. Pretty significant penalty there on the Tornadoes that gives Southern Virginia the football with 1 minute and 52 seconds left inside Tornado territory. Receiver out to the right, 2 out to the left with 2 running backs in the backfield with Devin Watson on 1st and 10. It's Mills and Jairick Washington who motions to the left side of formation. Watson pump fake, pressure coming in. He flips out to Washington who can't make the play. And it was Christian Brown, it looked like, who generated the pressure and hit Watson as he threw. Devin Watson has really yet to feel comfortable today. Do the pressure and do the secondary playing really well for Brevard this afternoon as the clock stops at 1 minute and 47 to go in the second quarter. Talked to Coach Kine about this defensive line. He says, yeah, when they give their all every play, they're pretty impossible to stop. As Watson drops the throw, looks left, fires left, has Washington, who makes the catch. He spins out of a tackle. Doesn't get any more yardage after that, but an impressive athletic move by Jairick Washington. As Ramey and Bowden Jr. were there on the stop, it's 3rd and about 2 yards to go. Watson in the gun, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left with Mills with him in the backfield. Takes the snap, handoff goes to Mills. He has first down yardage. So he's taken down by Broughton and James Laycock. But it's first down. Southern Virginia inside the 30-yard line at the 29. Clock ticks towards 1 minute to go. Southern Virginia has yet to use a timeout. Has 2 remaining. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Watson drops the throw. Steps up in the pocket. He's hit and he's sacked. James Laycock and Christian Brown were there. Donovan Reed, the freshman, was there on the stop with Laycock. And timeout, Southern Virginia. Short loss on the play, just back to the 30, so a 1-yard sack. But Laycock and Reed combine and forces Southern Virginia to burn its second timeout. We'll take a quick 15-second break and be back with the final minute of the second half on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Second down and 10, Southern Virginia with 58.7 seconds to play before the halftime break. Devin Watson in the gun with Marcus Solers to his right hip, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. For Southern Virginia, Watson takes the snap, drops the throw, pressure coming in. He'll fire left. It's off a couple hands and incomplete. Another errant throw. Abdul Malik Shalanki was in the backfield with Devin Watson and creates the necessary pressure to force another errant throw from the Southern Virginia quarterback, who has had 29 passes in this first half. He's a gunslinger, obviously, but when you're playing from behind, passing kind of becomes a mentality. As 2 receivers split out to the right, 2 to the left. On 3rd and 10. Watson takes the snap, looks right, fires right, and it's caught. And quickly hit by Deshaun Allen was DJ Perry. But it's enough for a first down, I believe, right inside the 20-yard line. Clock stops momentarily while the chain gang gets reset. And now it starts to spin near 40 seconds. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Watson, who takes a shotgun snap, looks right, looks across the middle. He escapes. He shovels it to Solers, who bobbled it. And then he is rocked by Curtis Bowden Jr. And the clock stops again for the final timeout for Southern Virginia with 31.3 to play in this second quarter. We'll keep it right here while Southern Virginia talks over what it wants to do on 2nd and medium at the Brevard 13-yard line. It's been a really nice day again for, number one, great day for football. Partly cloudy skies, but more wispy clouds, nothing threatening a storm. I know we've had to deal with that this year. And I might have just jinxed it, so I'm going to knock on this artificial wood in front of me and hope that doesn't happen today. But the rushing game has really been the highlight for Brevard. Ethan Beamish has also had a nice day through the air, mostly aided by that 75-yard touchdown pass to Reggie Taylor II. 2 touchdowns through the air, 7 for 11 for 129 yards, also has an interception. That was That was a wacky play. You can't really blame Ethan Beamish that much there. And on the ground, Brevard 79 yards, rushing. 129 yards passing. And Southern Virginia back on the field for second and medium. New running back in the backfield. Roger Adam is back there with Devin Watson. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Watson drops the throw. He fires left to the end zone. It's incomplete, intended for Scott Dupay. Saw the play develop there. Dupay on a little bit of a wheel route / fade to the corner of the end zone. Redmond was there on the coverage, read it well, and it's 3rd and 5. I know it's an 18-point game, but this is a really big possession for this Brevard defense because Southern Virginia gets a score here, cuts it to 11, and then out of halftime can get a touchdown and make it a 1-possession game. It'd be really key to keep this 3-possession lead intact, and it's 3rd and 5 at the 11. Trips out to the left, 1 to the wide side right. Watson takes a snap. He fires across the middle, has a receiver. It's caught, but he's taken down inside the 5, and the clock will stop momentarily. It was MJ Laws with the grab, Bailey Ramey on the stop. It's first down yardage at the 4. As the clock starts to move, 15 seconds and counting in this first half. Watson takes the snap, drops the throw, looks right, fires right. It's incomplete. Broughton breaks it up over the shoulder of Jairick Washington, and it's 2nd and goal. Really nice play again. Brandon Broughton has had a wonderful day in the secondary. As he breaks that pass up, had a big hit across the middle that jarred a ball loose earlier in the contest. Now with 10 seconds left, 2nd and goal. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Devin Watson. Watson takes the snap, fires right. Washington's tripped up. Broughton knocks it in the air, and he picked it off. Brandon Broughton, what a play to deflect that ball up in the air and have the concentration to pull it in, get a toe down, and Brevard holds again inside its own 5-yard line. Oh my word, Brandon Broughton, have yourself an afternoon, and Brevard likely content to kneel this thing out and get it to halftime. 6.7 seconds to play as Beamish will head under center and take a knee to take us to halftime. Beamish puts his knee down, and we will head to the break. What a half it's been for Brevard. Again, just about everything that could go right did go right in that first half, and Brandon Broughton caps it off with a SportsCenter Top 10 worthy interception to head us to break. It's a 20-minute halftime. We've got some homecoming festivities to take care of. I'm going to enjoy those and maybe get a drink here and refresh a little bit, and we'll talk some halftime stats on the other side when we bring this thing back. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Well, welcome you back to Ives Lamel Family Field. It is halftime between Brevard and Southern Virginia. And Brevard owns a 21-3 edge over the currently undefeated Southern Virginia University Knights. Southern Virginia has really had a great season up to this point. Brevard has put it to them today. Up until this point, Brevard ended the half on a high note. Looked like Southern Virginia was going to get a score potentially, and that would have kind of swung things a little bit, at least the momentum and the feeling going in the locker room, because Southern Virginia gets the ball out of half, and if Southern Virginia were to score there and score out of the half, you're talking about a one-score game again. But Brevard, their defense held again. Brandon Broughton tipped up a pass from Devin Watson and intercepted it. The second interception for Watson today, as we get into talking about some stats. Watson has thrown 35 passes through the first 30 minutes of play. He is 19 of 35, 159 yards, and 2 interceptions. He had a long of 23 in the first half. But again, talking to Coach Kai, he really stressed the importance of keeping these guys off the field. And Brevard did that in the first half, owning the time of possession battle 15:59 to 14:01. And that's exactly what Coach Kai was hoping to do, as Southern Virginia's back on the field, and Brevard will simultaneously enter the field of competition as well, as we're about 3.5 minutes from the second half kick. Ryan Wilkes with you here on YouTube. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. I want to thank some more of our corporate sponsors. Are you hungry, Tornado fans? Jets Pizza in Brevard has you covered. From Detroit-style deep dish to fresh wings and subs, Jets is the perfect game day choice. Stop by Jets Pizza on Asheville Highway, just minutes from campus, and fuel up after the game with the pizza that's better because it's Jets. Jets Pizza, proud to serve Brevard College and NATO Nation. So Jets Pizza is, I'd even say, less than a minute from campus. You literally cross the street out of the athletic complex and you go into the Food Line parking lot, and Jets Pizza is right there. So if you're ever in Brevard and need a meal after the game or before the game, head on over to Jets Pizza. They're one of our great corporate sponsors. We actually just had some Jets Pizza enter the booth here, so I'll be enjoying that here in a little bit as we get ready for the second half of play. Some more stats, talking Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. You'll hear me call him ZFM from time to time. It's actually what's on the back of his jersey with that lengthy last name. He has had himself a wonderful afternoon. 11 carries, 79 yards, 7.2 yards per carry. 30 of those yards came on a touchdown run where he was seemingly in the end zone in the blink of an eye, and he has been really impressive. Brevard has really gotten it done in both facets of the game, both in the air and on the ground. 79 rushing yards for Fauntleroy McDaniel, 78 as a team. Some of the negative rushing yards came on that Ethan Beamish intentional grounding. That was a 15-yard loss. But through the air, it's been 5 different guys who have caught the football. Jordan Barnett had a 27-yard catch. Adam Douglas has a catch for 9 yards and a touchdown. It was the first touchdown of the game. Jaden Deaton, a catch for 6 yards. Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, 2 catches for 6 yards. And Reggie Taylor II leads the way. 2 catches, 81 yards. 75 of those came on a pitch and catch from him to Ethan Beamish for a touchdown, as Taylor II leads the wide receiver room. It's been a ton of different guys for Southern Virginia. I'm counting about 10 different dudes have caught the football. MJ Laws has 2 catches for 30 yards. Mo Smith-Fallow has 2 catches for 28. And then Sintez Gibson, 3 catches, 25. Perry, 2 catches, 22. You can keep going down the list here. There's only one guy that has caught the football that has less than a yard or less than 10 yards receiving. That's Jalen Lackey, who was stopped on that jet sweep for a loss of 4. He had a 5-yard catch as well. So you do the math there, and it's 1 yard on 2 catches for Jalen Lackey entering this second half. Looking at some of the other numbers, Brevard is outgaining Southern Virginia, not by much, but there's certainly an edge there. Really interesting stat here. Reception average, 8.4 for Southern Virginia. Not bad. You're almost getting a first down on every catch. But 18.4 yards per catch for Brevard. Now, a smaller sample size. Again, Southern Virginia has 19 catches on the day. Brevard only 7. But you see that Brevard is certainly willing to open up the passing game as Southern Virginia started keying on the run. And when Brevard has passed it, it's passed it for a lot of yards. 75-yard touchdown catch, as I mentioned, 27-yard reception for Jordan Barnett. And Brevard has really paid off its passing opportunities in this game. So just like that, we're ready for the second half. Brevard will kick it away. It's Stephen Leo back to receive. along with Roger Adam, the two deep for Southern Virginia. 15 minutes on the clock, and we're ready for half number 2. Can Brevard keep the foot on the pedal, or will Southern Virginia start to claw back? We'll see, with Vandergrift set to kick it away for the Tornadoes. And again, this defense, who has really been excellent today. It's been that bend, don't break mentality yet again for the Tornadoes. Multiple drives have trekked into Tornado territory, even inside the 5-yard line twice. And Brevard has only allowed 3 points. Vandergrift will kick it away for Brevard. It's a low line driving kick. Will it stay in bounds? Yes, it will. It's a touchback. That one hugged the left sideline and stayed in bounds, and the Southern Virginia will start its drive at its own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Nice kick there from Vandergrift. He had a free kick out of bounds earlier, but he's had 2 touchbacks already in this game. As Devin Watson sent to lead his team out on the field. See how Southern Virginia comes out in the second half. A lot of time, but you're trailing by 3 possessions, so we'll see if the Knights decide to keep airing it out. A tight formation here to open this drive, with Antoine Mills in the backfield with Devin Watson. Play clock under 10 seconds, now under 5. As he motions Mills out to the left, Watson drops the throw. Looks left, he flips it out to Mills in the flat. Brevard converges on him, and he has about 3 yards, but the defense swarms. Bailey Ramey was the first there on the stop. And it's a short gain of about 3.5 yards, make it 4. It's 2nd and 6. Watson back in the gun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, with Mills remaining in the backfield. Watson audibles at the line of scrimmage. He'll hand off Mills up the middle. He's got space across the 30, now across 35. He's spilled down at about the 40-yard line. Rollerson and Broughton there on the stop, and it's 1st down run for Antoine Mills. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Knights. Good run there for Mills. It hasn't been many carries for Southern Virginia today. At halftime, Watson was a leading rusher with 32 yards on the ground. Watson drops the throw, looks right, he'll fire right, and it's incomplete, intended for Isaiah Maxey. And it's 2nd and 10. Quintrell Bowman there on the coverage. He had an interception there in the first half. A linebacker, the senior out of Roxborough, North Carolina. Brandon Broughton had the other interception. What a play that was on the near sideline near halftime. As Watson in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the wide side right. With Roger Adam in the backfield. Watson takes the snap, hands off Adam up the middle. He breaks across the right side. He's tripped up and slowed down just enough by Brandon Broughton. And a couple other Tornadoes came in there to finish off Adam. It was Grimes and Dre Burton there after the initial hit from Brandon Broughton. It's 3rd and about 7. Another 3rd down opportunity for Brevard's defense to try and get off the field. 2 receivers, or 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Watson takes the snap, looks left, fires left, and it's tipped incomplete. Quintrell Bowman was looking for interception number 2 on a high throw from Devin Watson. And it's 4th down and 7. The Knights will punt. Pretty pivotal drive there at a halftime for Southern Virginia, and they come up empty. Alex Passy will punt. With the clock stopped at 13:23, the defense yet again does its job. Snap back to Passy. He gets the kick away. It's a spiraling kick towards Jeremiah Lane. He dropped the football and he's leveled, but it looked like Brevard was able to hop on it as Jeremiah Lane couldn't come up with that one. Right place, right time was Darius Billingsley, and he's able to hop on the football. And a break for Brevard again. The trend continues. Everything that has gone right, or could go right, has gone right for Brevard so far. And it's 1st and 10 Tornadoes from their own 31-yard line. 13:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Brevard looking to add to this already 3-score lead as the ball actually sits nose of the football on the 30-yard line. Beamish under center, Rayshawn Williams deep in the backfield with him. Isaiah Ramsour split out to the left. Alex Bolton to the right. Blake Shepard comes in motion. Handoff goes. Rayshawn Williams. He breaks a couple tackles, and then he is met by a couple Knights and taken down by Alex Passy and Tony Napier Jr. A short gain of about 3 forward progress puts him about the 33-yard line, and it's 2nd and 7. Nice job by Southern Virginia there. Rayshawn Williams is a guy that once he gets to the second level, you might not see him again. And that time, Southern Virginia able to swarm to the football and make the stop. Beamish under center. Darius Billingsley for the first time is in the backfield. Jack Spots split out to the left, and Christian Roberson to the right. Spots comes in tight to the formation. Beamish play action, looking deep. He holds it for a second. Now will take off, and he spilled down right at about the line of scrimmage at the 33. Cade Hansen was there. And it looks like another post route there was waiting to develop, and Beamish wisely tucked it and ran. And gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6 as ZFM subs back in the backfield. Jack Spots and Reggie Taylor II in the game as well on 3rd and medium for the Brevard offense. ZFM on the right hip of Beamish. Douglas to the left. Spots Josh Quinn and Taylor II in the formation to the right. Taylor motions to the left side of the formation. Beamish drops the throw. He looks left, fires left, and it's short. Skips into Reggie Taylor as Tony Napier Jr. was there on the coverage, and Brevard will punt on its first drive of the half. So the two sides trade punts with a little over 3 minutes off the clock here in this third quarter. So a pair of quick possessions for both sides. As Sammy Vargas heads back to punt, Jalen Lackey, the return man for Southern Virginia. Snap back to Sammy. It's a good one. He gets a wobbly kick away towards Jalen Lackey, who sprints to the right side. And yet again, he is drugged down by Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. That's twice now that Lackey has tried to escape to the right side, and ZFM has been there to make the tackle. He's all over the field today. In the backfield and on special teams coverage. Have yourself a day, Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. 1st and 10, Southern Virginia at its own 30-yard line. So Vargas flips the field from Brevard's 30 to Southern Virginia's 30, where the Knights take over with 11:40 to go in the third quarter. Trips out to the left for Devin Watson, wide receiver out to the right with Marcus Solers in the backfield. Jyrick Washington comes in motion. Watson takes a snap, looks right, flips it out to Solers. It's a short throw, and it's incomplete. Abdul Malik Shalanki was back there with the pressure. He hasn't recorded many stats today, but he's been close to making a game-breaking play, and he was so there again. And it's 2nd and 10. Solers deep in the backfield behind Devin Watson. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Watson takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Solers. He is met in the backfield once again, and it's a loss of about 4 yards. It's James Laycock with the stop, and it's 3rd and 14. Now a Knight down in the backfield. It looks like Solers shaken up after the play. And we'll check out Marcus Solers before a 3rd and long for Southern Virginia. We'll take a quick break and be back with 3rd and long on the other side.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at ISML Family Field, Marcus Solers still being attended to down on the field. And hoping Solers is all right here as he continues to get attention while they keep looking at Marcus. Let's Take a look at some of the tackling stats. Tackling's been a big part of the effort today. Bailey Ramey had a ton of tackles last week, and he continues to do it this week. He leads the team with 9 tackles, 5 solo, 4 assisted, and a tackle for loss for Bailey. The 5'10 senior of Yadkinville, North Carolina. Brandon Broughton with 7. He's had a really nice day, a tackle for loss early in the game, and also had the interception. Curtis Bowden Jr. with 4 tackles. Will Haddon III with 3. Robert Dorsey has had 3 as well. And the tackles just spread out across the board. Really nice effort from the Brevard defense today, again, to bend and not break this afternoon. So Solers is going to be taken off the field here. And both teams showing respect down on a knee on the sidelines. We're going to take another break and be back on the other side.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits, it's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today. Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at ISML Family Field, Ryan Wilkes with you here live on YouTube. I want to send a quick prayer out to Marcus Solers as he was just taken off the field. I want to pray for him and his family as he's taken back to the EMS services. As we get ready to continue play, it'll be 3rd and long for Southern Virginia out of the stoppage. 3rd and 13 on Southern Virginia's own 27-yard line. With 11:24 to go here in this third quarter, Brevard leads Southern Virginia 21-3. Watson in the backfield in the shotgun. He's got Roger Adam on his left hip, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Play clock under 5 seconds. As Watson takes the snap, looks left. He is caught in the backfield, swallowed by Laycock. He's pushed forward, but certainly not enough for a first down as Laycock wrangles him down the backfield, and it's going to be 4th down and long. Back-to-back plays. James Laycock gets in the backfield, and Southern Virginia will yet again punt. The defense has done it over and over again today, and Brevard's offense will get the football back with under 11 minutes to go in the third. Alex Passy back to punt. Jeremiah Lane to receive for the Tornadoes. As Passy takes the snap, a good one. The pressure comes in. He's able to get a high arcing punt away to Lane, who fields at the 40. He breaks across the 50, and he is smashed at the 50-yard line by Roger Adam. Now a flag flies in from the back judge. We'll see what the call is on that. As it stands, it'll be Brevard football smack dab on the 50-yard line. Even if it's a penalty on the Tornadoes, it'll still be solid field position to start this drive. And it's a holding. The flag sits at about the 47-yard line, so it'll be at about the 37 for Brevard to start its drive in its own territory. First down and 10 yards to go at the 38-yard line for Ethan Beamish and the offense. Beamish will start this drive in the gun with Deaton on his right hip, Roberson to the right side of the formation, Amari Fowler, Josh Quinn, and Zion Fontroy McDaniel to the left. He puts Deaton in motion. It's a shovel pass to ZFM. He breaks past the first line of defense. He's across the 40, and he's out of bounds near the 50-yard line. A shovel pass goes to ZFM. They tried it earlier in the game. It didn't have the result they were looking for. They go back to it and get first down yardage. So Brevard back to where the returner Jeremiah Lane was stopped. And in a roundabout way, get back to where the field position would have been on that return from Lane. Under 10 minutes to play in this third quarter. Beamish under center, Bolton to the right with Trimnell and Shepard motion to the left side. Messiah Ramsor over to the left as well. Beamish takes the snap. He'll hand off Deaton. Deaton is taken down right near the line of scrimmage. Not much there. Spike Adams was there on the tackle, and it will be still at the 50-yard line, second down and 10. Second down, 10 yards to go at Brevard, or at the 50. And Brevard has really chewed the clock in between each play, taking the play clock down. It's under 15 seconds now with ZFM in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, Douglas to the right with Fowler coming in motion to the right side. Beamish straight drop to pass. He looks right, tries to escape the pocket, can't do it, and he's taken down. First hit was from Kavika Bringhurst, and Joseph Woods Jr. came in there to take him down. And it's a big loss of about 10 yards back to the 40. Make it the 41, so a 9-yard sack from Joseph Woods Jr. And it's 3rd and 19 for Brevard. Beamish in the gun with Fontroy McDaniel on his left hip, Roberson the right side of the formation, and 3 to the left. Beamish takes the snap, straight drop to throw. Looks medium, looks deep, now rolls out to his right, He'll fire right, has Herbert Pringle the fourth, but it's incomplete as he couldn't get there. And Jamar Robinson broke it up, and it's 4th and long. Brevard will once again punt both sides, trading a pair of punts here in this third quarter with 8:05 to go. So Southern Virginia's done well defensively, but hasn't helped its case offensively. The score still sits 21-3. And Vargas will punt with Jalen Lackey back to receive. Play clock under 5 seconds. As the snap goes back to Sammy, another good snap. An end-over-end kick to Lackey at about the 21-yard line. He fields, tries to go right side again. And ZFM got him again. Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel has been all over Jalen Lackey in the return game. 3 punts returned by Lackey, and all of them have ended with Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel making the tackle this time at the 18-yard line. It's certainly been his day all around for the sophomore running back as Southern Virginia takes over on its own 18-yard line, 1st down and 10. Devin Watson continues to sling it for Southern Virginia as he sets up in the gun. He's 20 of 39 today. He has 3 to the left as he puts running back Adam in motion. He steps up in the pocket, fires across the middle. He has his receiver, Maxey, who's spilled down by Justice Redmond, but it's 1st down yardage for Southern Virginia out across the 30 to the 32. So 14 yards from Watson to Maxey. Now back in the no huddle. Adam on the left hip. 3 receivers to the left, 1 on the right for Watson. Takes a shotgun snap. Hands off Adam. Adam tries to break across the right sideline. Does pass Broughton, and he's run out of bounds at about the, we'll see where it's spotted, but it's going to be 1st down yardage. A 1st down run for Roger Adam to the 42-yard line. And Adam remains in the backfield, trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Watson in the gun, takes the snap, 2-step drop to throw, looks left, looks right, fires left, and it's off the hands of Lackey. Incomplete, had that one right in the breadbasket, but couldn't make the play. That's been the rarity today. There wasn't a Brevard defender there to knock it loose. It was just Lackey unable to hold on to the football. And it's 2nd down and 10. Receiver out to the right, 3 to the left for Watson, and now whistles blow. And just a brief stoppage there as Watson will get back in the gun. Formation remains the same, 3 to the left, 1 to the right with Adam in the backfield. Takes the snap, option keeper, and he's able to break across the 45 before he's met by James Laycock. And it'll be 3rd and medium for Southern Virginia. Have to think this is 4-down territory, down 18 points in the 3rd quarter. With trips to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff goes to Adam, and he has 1st down yardage across the 45. And he's met by a host of tornadoes. First by Brandon Broughton at the 40. It's a 1st down run for Roger Adam. 1st down and 10 for Southern Virginia at Brevard's 40-yard line as the clock dwindles towards 6 minutes to play in the 3rd. Crew Hage in the backfield on the left hip of Watson. A receiver split out wide side right to the left. Watson drops the throw, looks across the middle, fires, and finds his receiver. It's caught by number 88, Gabriel. Makes the catch. I'm just going to call him Gabriel. I don't want to butcher that last name. 2 receivers to the left with Hage in the backfield, 2 to the right. As Watson takes the snap, it's an option keeper. Watson yet again has room. Brandon Broughton meets him at the 25, and he keeps his legs moving towards the 24. And this has been the easiest Southern Virginia's moved the ball all day here on this drive. But a lot of time continues to move off the clock. It's only a 3-possession game. You have to think Southern Virginia keeps performing like it is defensively He'll be able to get at least 3 more possessions in this game. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Watson drops to throw, looks left, looks right, fires right. A looping ball into the end zone. Broughton almost got there. It was intended for Stephen Leo. And Watson, each time today, he's double pumped. He hasn't really had the confidence behind those throws. And that time, that ball was up for grabs. Luckily, didn't find the waiting arms of a tornado, and it's 2nd and 10. 2nd down, 10 yards to go from Brevard's 24-yard line. Tornadoes again have allowed Southern Virginia into its territory quite a few times today, but have really stood tall throughout this one. Watson takes the snap, drops the throw, looks left, rolls out of the pocket. A lot of contact in the pocket. Watson takes off across the 10, across the 5, reaches out the football. And what's the signal? Looks like Donovan Reed was held, but there's no flag for that. And it's a touchdown. Devin Watson scrambles for 24 yards, and Southern Virginia has found the end zone for the first time today. It's 21-9, pending the extra point. Watson showing off his scrambling ability, especially here in this second half. There's even been a couple design read options that have gotten the quarterback involved in the running game, and Passy will line it up to make this an 11-point game. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-10 with 4:52 remaining in the third quarter. Let's take a quick 15-second break, and we'll be back with kickoff on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Southern Virginia back within 2 scores. 21-10 is your score, as the Knights find the end zone courtesy of a Devin Watson 24-yard scamper. And for the second time today, the only other time, actually make it third, Southern Virginia will kick the ball away with Scott Dupay to tee it up. Herbert Pringle IV and Jeremiah Lane back to receive for the Tornadoes. As Dupay tees it up, and it's a short kick to about the 10-yard line for Pringle IV. He takes off the right side across the 25 and run out of bounds near the 30. And it was Knight there on the stop to make the play, and Brevard is set up at its own 30. Dominic Bosco made the stop, and the ball sits right on the 30-yard line, and Brevard could do a lot here with getting a score and pushing this back to a 3-score advantage. Beamish in the gun with ZFM on his left hip. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Throw goes out to Luke Foster, who makes the grab, and he tiptoes across the 35. Actually, they're going to spot him at about 33. So he stepped out across the near sideline, and it's a short gain on first down, and 2nd and 7. Clock spins near 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Brevard still holds a 2-possession lead, but big for Southern Virginia to get one back there and tighten up the hatches just a little bit on the Tornadoes. ZFM on the left hip of Beamish. Shaiwan Grant to the right, to the left. Beamish drops the throw. He spins out of pressure. He'll throw it to the left side, intended for Douglas, but it's thrown out of bounds. A lot of pressure on Beamish. He was hit as he released the football, and it's 3rd and 7. Can Southern Virginia get off the field again and give the ball back to its offense to try and make this a 1-possession game? Beamish converges in the huddle with his offense. A big 3rd down coming up. Clock stopped at 4:11 to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the left. Reggie Taylor the second, tight in the formation to the right. Beamish takes the snap. Looks left. Now steps up in the pocket. He'll take off. Now he'll fire it across the middle. Has Douglas. It's caught. Douglas across the 30. Down the right sideline of the 20. He breaks back of the 10. And he's going to score. Adam Douglas, crafty route running, dodges a couple defenders, and trots in the end zone. It's 27-10 Brevard. It looked like Beamish was dead to rights in the backfield first, and then it looked like he was going to run. And then he found Douglas across the middle of the field, and he made a couple men miss, and a massive score for the Brevard offense. Looking to reestablish that 18-point lead with Vandergriff on to kick the extra point. Snap back to Perez, holds down, and Vandergriff's kick is up, and the kick is through. Let's take a look at that connection from Beamish to Douglas. Ethan Beamish running for his life, found Douglas at the last second, and the throw was right on the money. Douglas cuts back at the 10 and finds the end zone. 28-10 Tornadoes as the special teams units back on the field. We'll keep it right here. You could kind of feel the air in the stadium is starting to get a little thin. The fans are starting to get a little nervous and say, okay, if Southern Virginia gets the ball back here, they could make it a one-score game. And Southern Virginia seemed to have found something defensively, but Brevard finds the end zone again and pushes this lead back to 18. Beamish has 3 touchdown passes now today. Has only thrown 17 passes. But he has 211 yards on 10 completions. 2 long touchdown passes. That one's 67 yards. Both his touchdown passes have been over 60 yards. A 75-yard touchdown, that 67-yard touchdown. As a kick from Vandergriff goes back to the end zone, takes Leo in the end zone, but he's going to take it out. Leo is dumped at the 15-yard line. And Leo, I don't know if he caught the ball in the end zone. That's probably why he took off. He didn't know if his momentum had carried him into the end zone or not, so a wise decision to take it out, it seems. And it's 1st and 10. Southern Virginia from their 15.5-yard line. 3:51 to go in the third. As Watson sits back in the gun, Roger Adam on his left hip, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Watson takes a snap, play action, looks left, fires left. It's in harm's way. It's incomplete, intended for Henry Audette. And another high throw from Watson. He has not been comfortable in the pocket today. Now, 22 of 44 with 2 interceptions. He's put the ball in harm's way a couple times, did so right there. And Brevard does a good job to have that one fall incomplete. As he's back in the gun with Adam on his left hip, 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Takes a snap. It's a tunnel screen off the hands of the intended receiver, MJ Law, is incomplete. Those tunnel screens can break big, especially when the blocks are there. That one just didn't have a chance to as it goes off the outstretched arms of Laws. And just like that, it's 3rd and 10.
Let's hear it for your Tornado defense.
3rd down, 10 yards to go for the Southern Virginia offense. As Jairique Washington and Roger Adam both in the backfield with Watson. He takes a snap, looks across the middle. He's hit as he throws. A lot of contact in the middle of the field. No flag, and it's incomplete. 4th down and 10. It looks like Audette might have just ran into a Brevard defender, and Tornadoes will force another punt. So as you felt that momentum starting to swing, it was 3rd and 7 conversion, 67 yards to Adam Douglas. Now Brevard forces another punt, and we're right back to where we started with an 18-point advantage, and Brevard getting the football back. Alex Passy will punt with Jeremiah Lane standing just inside the 50 to receive. Passy is thought about running with it. Now he sends away a nice punt on the run towards Jeremiah Lane, who heads back near the 40 and makes a fair catch at the 42. Almost a punter option play there. It seemed as Passy was maybe looking for a lane, and then at the last second decided to punt it away. And he flips the field pretty decently. Brevard still with good field position at its own 42-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. Beamish trots the offense back out onto the field. As Zion, Fauntleroy, McDaniel in the backfield with Beamish. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Beamish takes a shotgun snap, play action. He'll fire left side for Taylor, who leaps and can't make the play. Probably better that he didn't catch that ball, as Blake Beardall was bearing down on him, and it's 2nd and 10. Like a bubble screen the Tornadoes were trying to set up there, and can't find the hands of Reggie Taylor the second. As the clock stops at 3:28 to play here in the third quarter. As the EFM in the backfield with Beamish on his right hip. Grant and Taylor the second out to the right with Adam Douglas split out wide side left. Beamish takes the snap, play action, drops the throw, looks right. Now escapes the pocket, keeps the play alive towards the right side. He'll fire it for Grant, who tried to reach out with one hand and make the play. Couldn't do so. Beardall again there on the coverage. It's been an active drive for the 6-foot senior out of Cody, Wyoming, who denied a lane for Beamish to try and find Grant. 3:19 to play in the third, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Brevard offense. As Beamish breaks the huddle. ZFM with him in the backfield. Grant and spots out to the right with Douglas and Reggie Taylor the second out to the left. Play clock under 5 seconds. As Beamish takes a shotgun snap, 2-step drop, pressure coming in, and he's swallowed in the backfield. And now a late flag comes in. It looks like it's probably going to be a hold, as Tyler Edwards got home, converging on Ethan Beamish, and the signal is holding, and that penalty is obviously declined. As the Tornadoes are likely to punt again. Looked like Willie Morton Jr. might have gotten a handful of jerseys. Still didn't stop Tyler Edwards, who got to Ethan Beamish in the backfield. And Sammy Vargas has had an active day. It'll be his 5th punt. He's averaging 40 yards a punt today. He's been very effective in the special teams game. As Jalen Lackey back to field the punt. Clock stopped at 3:12 to go in this third quarter. 4th and 15 for the Brevard College Tornadoes as whistles blow. Play is stopped. And it's a timeout. Timeout Brevard with 3:12 to play in the third quarter. We'll take a 15-second break with them and be back on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina Legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, Brevard will punt it away with 3:12 to go in the third quarter. Jalen Lackey set to receive the kick, as Brevard holds a 3-score advantage over Southern Virginia, looking to deal the Knights their first loss here in 2025. It's been a really hot start for Southern Virginia, the top offense and the top defense in the USA South. It has led the Knights to receiving votes in the Division III football poll. As Vargas will punt this one away, Lackey back standing at about his 23-yard line. As Josh Quinn flinched on the offensive line, and the Tornadoes will move it back. Saw Southern Virginia was kind of irking him a little bit to jump, and that's what the referees are going to discuss here, I think. And we'll see what the call is. I think it's going to be a false start, because now the referee trots over to the Brevard sideline. And it's delay of game, disconcerting signals. I saw it. I said that might be the call. They were kind of pump faking at the offensive line, and I think that forced Josh Quinn to move. And that's the call. So it moves Brevard up 5 yards. Pretty inconsequential to this punt. It'll just be moved 5 yards up, with Vargas still set to send it away. Good snap back to Sammy. He gets away a short kick towards Lackey, who calls for a fair catch at the 22. Knows better to take off this time, as he's been swallowed on a handful of returns so far this game. 3:06 to go in the third. Brevard holds an 18-point lead against a Southern Virginia offense. As I mentioned, they averaged 37.5 points a game coming into this ball game, 343 yards of total offense, and Brevard has held them at least under the points total. They're approaching that 343 for the game. They're already over 300 yards of offense, but nonetheless, the important thing is the points, and Brevard has done a good job limiting those today. 2 receivers to the right, to the left, with Roger Adam in the backfield on the left hip of Devin Watson. He takes a snap. He fires a screen pass to the right side for Maxey. And right there again is Brandon Broughton, first there to make contact. And Curtis Bowden Jr. comes in to finish him off. And it's a short gain, if anything, about half a yard to the 24-yard line. So a yard gain for Southern Virginia on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right with Adam on the left hip of Watson. He takes a snap. He hands off Adam. Adam has room again across the 30, and he's taken down by Curtis Bowden Jr. across the 35 to the 37. It's interesting watching this run game develop for Southern Virginia as the ball is officially spotted at the 36. If this was a closer game, you think Southern Virginia might want to go to the run game more, but it doesn't really have that liberty as we approach the end of the third quarter. Watson drops to throw, looks left. He'll fire to Adam, who catches it in the flat. And Ramey and Quintrell Bowman were there on the stop. And it's about a 6-yard gain to the 42. Make it the 41, and it's 2nd and medium. Watson gets his squad to the line once again. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Watson takes a shotgun snap, play action, looks right, fires right. He's hit as he throws, and it's caught by Maxey across the 50 to the 45. I'm not even sure it was intended for Maxey, but it finds his hands, and now a flag in the backfield. I think the call is going to be rough in the passer, but it looks like that hit got there right as he let it go, as the ball is going to be moved up, most likely to Brevard's 30-yard line as we await the call. Roughing the passer is a call on Robert Dorsey. And like I said, at least from what I saw from that contact, it was right as he let go of the football, as the home fans don't like that call, but it will push Southern Virginia deeper into Brevard's territory at the 30. 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Clock is stopped with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Crew Hage in the backfield with Devin Watson. Clock will move now after the penalty stoppage. Watson takes a snap, drops the throw. He'll flip it out to Hage in the flat, who gets across the 30, across the 25. Brevard wanted a hold there as Hage is pushed out of bounds by Will Hayden Jr. the second across the 20. And even the fans were wanting a hold there. It does look like we have a flag somewhere. I can't see it, but Brevard is signaling the way of the Knights, and I think that's going to be the call. It's going to move the Knights backwards. Didn't see the laundry initially, but certainly some jersey grabbing on that play. And that's a call. Holding is the call, as it's called on MJ Laws, who is breaking Hage to the outside, trying to seal that edge. And he got a handful of jerseys. So it moves Southern Virginia back to Brevard's 36-yard line for first and about 16 or 17 here. As Hage remains in the backfield, 2 receivers tight in the formation to the left, 2 to the right. Watson takes a snap, drops the throw, pressure coming in. He's hit as he throws, and it floats across the middle again, incomplete. Looks like Laycock was there on the pressure. He was pounding the turf for a moment, but now he's back on his feet. As the pass falls incomplete, Laycock will jog towards the Brevard sideline. Good to see him back on his feet. He's such a valuable part of this defense to add to the pass rushing abilities of pretty much everybody in that defensive line. I mean, Robert Dorsey, Obadiah Grimes, Antonio King, Christian Brown, Abdul Malik Shalanki. You could keep naming them all day. Guys who have created havoc in the backfield. We've had guys today like Donovan Reed, the freshman, who has stepped up and made some plays. So second and long for the Southern Virginia offense. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Devin Watson, the shotgun. Crew Hage on his right hip. As Watson takes a snap, looks right, fires right, and it's broken up by Bailey Ramey. It was intended for Jalen Lackey. He had a chance to make the play, but Bailey Ramey didn't give him a chance to do so as he got his hands in there and jarred it loose. Third and long for Southern Virginia in no man's land, really. Even if you don't get this 3rd and 16. You're on the opponent's side of the field. You're inside the 40. It's probably go for it territory. Also, you're down 18 to add on to that. As Watson stands in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right with Adam on his left hip. He takes the option read and takes it to about the 30 before he's taken down. And that'll bring it towards the original line of scrimmage, spotted at the 31. And Quintrell Bowman was there to make the stop. An obvious go-for-it territory now. It's a 4th and 11 for Southern Virginia. 1 receiver to the right in Maxey, 3 to the left for Watson, with Adam in the backfield. Game clock under a minute to go here in this 3rd quarter. Brevard leads 28-10. Watson takes a snap, fires it right to Maxey, and he loops it to Adams, who's down the sideline, and he scores. A little hook and ladder there, a brilliant play as Adam picks up the pitch from Maxey, and he goes to the house for a touchdown. Really creative play call. It was interesting that they were firing in front of the sticks, first of all. Then you saw the vision as Adam took off down the right sideline and scores to get Southern Virginia back within 12, pending the extra point. Passey's kick is up, and it might have been tipped, but it goes through. Kick is good. It's 28-17. We'll take a look at that play as Maxey controlled it for a moment, then flipped it to Adam, who takes off for a touchdown. And with 33 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, Brevard's lead has been cut down to 11 once again. Still a whole quarter left to play. We'll see if Brevard has an answer to push this lead back out to 18, or even just get another score, make it a 2-touchdown game, and take some time off the clock. As Dupay will kick it away for Southern Virginia. With Pringle the 4th and Jeremiah Lane back to receive. Dupay sticks his hand up in the air, trots up to the football and sends it away. A really short kick to about the 15-yard line where Lane fields it. Lane across the 25, across the 30 where he spun down out of bounds on the return. Gary Essel makes the stop smack dab at the 31-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 Tornadoes. You'd have to think they're only going to run one more play until the end of the 3rd quarter. Unless it's an incomplete pass, it stops the clock. Brevard has aired it out here in this second half. Beamish up to 19 passes on the day. He's thrown 8 here in this 3rd quarter. So still running the football early and often. Beamish takes a snap under center, hands off ZFM, who rockets across the 30 to the 35, where he's taken down by Britton Tidwell and Lucas Martin. That will likely be the last play of this 3rd quarter as the clock heads towards 10 seconds. And it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Brevard offense when we come back. Tornadoes lead 28-17, but the Knights get a touchdown to cut the deficit back to 11. We'll see what the 4th quarter holds to see if Southern Virginia can make a comeback or if Brevard can put a stamp on this homecoming victory. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter, it's 2nd and 6 for this Brevard offense, trying to earn a homecoming win over Southern Virginia. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Ethan Beamish in the shotgun. With Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel with him in the backfield, he hands off to Fauntleroy McDaniel, who has a couple yards before he's spilled down by Ty Smith. It's a short gain on 2nd down, sets up 3rd and medium. About a 3rd and a long 3. Maybe 4. Big play here as Brevard looks to go stride for stride with Southern Virginia here in the second half. Led 21-3 at halftime. Southern Virginia cuts in the deficit by 7 entering the fourth quarter. As EFM sits on the left hip, Beamish takes the snap, he drops the throw, looks left, looks to the middle, fires to the middle, has Douglas for first down yardage. As Spike Adams and Britton Tidwell make the stop, but it's a first down. Tornadoes at the 45. And Douglas has really had a nice day. It's his 3rd catch. He's over 80 yards receiving. And he gives Brevard a key first down. 1st and 10 Tornadoes at Brevard's 45-yard line. With Beamish lining up under center, ZFM deep in the backfield. Tight formation here with receiver split out to the left. Beamish takes the snap, hands off ZFM. He breaks through the middle, runs straight through the defense, and he has first down yardage almost. He's a half yard short as Lucas Martin brings him down. And Fauntleroy McDaniel has 9 yards on the first down. He's at 95 yards rushing in this one. And it's 2nd down and a yard. Beamish back under center. Shywan Grant all the way split out to the right. Douglas to the left. Beamish takes a snap. Goes right back to Fauntleroy McDaniel, who cuts back and has enough for a first down as a flag comes down in the backfield. As Cade Hansen, Jamar Robinson make this stop. This one's in the area of holding once again. As Brevard will move backward, we're told, and Trimnell puts his hands up in the air and says, I didn't hold. Well, seems that he did. And it'll move Brevard backwards. So 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Makes it about 2nd and 11. So 10-yard penalty puts Brevard back near the original line of scrimmage for 2nd down and long. 12:58 to go. And the fourth quarter clock starts to move. With Douglas split out to the left, Shywan Grant tighten the formation to the right. Beamish takes the snap. He hands off to Fauntleroy McDaniel, who cuts back across the 50, and he's spun down about the 47 by Ty Smith. Make it the 48-yard line, and ZFM gets some of that penalty yardage back to create a 3rd and short. Clock continues to move. Under 12.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. It's been a really complete performance by Brevard today. Southern Virginia has not rolled over, though. The Knights still very much in this game, down just 11 points early here in the fourth. Beamish in the gun, ZFM on his left hip. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on third down. Beamish shakes the snap, drops the throw. Now whistles blow as the play clock was spinning under 5 seconds. And Brevard will burn its second timeout of the half. We'll take a timeout with them, a 30-second break before an important third down on the other side.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Third down and a long 3 for Brevard out of the timeout. As the play clock was under 5 seconds, Bill Kyatt burns his second time out of the half. And now Brevard looks to continue this drive that's kind of seesawed around midfield after getting it into Southern Virginia territory. A penalty brings it back. And now Brevard in another short yardage third down situation. Beamish in the gun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, with Jaden Deaton in the backfield. Beamish drops the throw, looks right, pressure coming in. He'll fire left, has Shywan Grant who makes the catch. Should he get a first down? No, he didn't. He's about a yard short. As it looked like Tony Napier Jr. was there on the stop. And it's fourth and about a yard. Offense is still on the field. And it looks like the Tornadoes are going to try to pick this up. Crucial fourth down incoming, with the potential for Southern Virginia to get the ball back near midfield. And the Tornadoes need 1 yard to pick this one up. Play clock's heading under 10 seconds, and Brevard's still in the huddle. Tornadoes have to get to the line of scrimmage and snap this ball. Play clock under 5. Now Brevard burns its last timeout. Bill Kyatt not happy about that, as he has to burn his final timeout. And we'll take a 30-second break with them. See what Brevard decides to do out of the timeout. We'll be right back.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Back here in Brevard, North Carolina, the offense will stay on the field, so nothing changed out of that timeout. Looked like the discussion on the sideline kind of delayed the offense and get back down on the field to run that play. So Brevard will try it again. It's a heavy set in the backfield with Blake Shepard in front of Zion Fontroy McDaniel. He brings a receiver in motion. Handoff goes to Shepard, and the bowling ball has a first down. He just put his head down up the middle, and Blake Shepard has a first down yardage. That's a big guy carrying the ball up the middle. It's a first carry for the 6'2", 225 junior, who uses his strength to fight up the middle and gain about 3 or 4 yards to the 43-yard line. And it's 1st and 10, Brevard with under 11 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Hard-nosed football from Blake Shepard as a handoff here goes to ZFM. He gets past the first line of defenders, but he stood up after about a 5-yard gain. He kept the legs churning. The ball came out, but it's whistled dead. As forward progress stopped that. And it's going to be 2nd and 5. Obviously, Southern Virginia was hoping that play wasn't blown dead because they did knock the ball in the hands of ZFM, but it stays with Brevard. And the clock continues to spin. This is exactly what Coach Kyatt was hoping to be able to do late in this game. Talking to him this week, he said, we really got to keep that offense off the field. And the offense has certainly been on the field, don't get me wrong, but Brevard has done a nice job to limit those opportunities as Beamish lines up under center. Takes a snap. The pitch goes to Fauntleroy McDaniel. He cuts back across a 40, and he's taken down near the 35-yard line, making the 34 by Lucas Martin. And it's a good gain on second down to set up third and about a yard. ZFM now over 100 yards on the ground, still averaging near 7 yards a carry. And it'll be third and very short. Blake Shepard and Holden Trimnell check back in along with Jack Spots. See the Tornadoes try to hand that ball to Blake Shepard again, who just put his head down and wasn't going to let anybody stop him on that last fourth down. This time he's on the right side of the formation with Fauntleroy McDaniel in the backfield. Beamish hands it up off the middle, and he has first down yardage, does Fauntleroy McDaniel. It's another third down conversion for Brevard to keep the clock moving under 9 minutes. Tyler Edwards made the stop, but not before Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel gets to the 31 and creates another set of downs for the Brevard offense. Beamish under center, ZFM in the backfield. Shepard comes in motion to the right side. Handoff goes to Fauntleroy McDaniel. He cuts back. He's swallowed near the line of scrimmage after a gain of 2. Looked like Kavika Bringhurst was the first one there. As Ramsor, Quinn, and Taylor the second check back in. Second and 8 or 9 here from the 29-yard line for the Tornadoes, looking to kind of sit on the ball here, take the air out of this game, and celebrate a homecoming win. Beamish in the gun. Walks up to the line of scrimmage. The whole Southern Virginia defense wanted a false start, not going to get it. As Beamish takes his snap, hands off right back to Fauntleroy McDaniel, and he was swallowed in the backfield, but he finds a way to gain a couple yards. Just hard running as Britton Tidwell eventually brings him down. But Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel turned nothing into something and gained about 4 yards to make it 3rd and 5. And he gets a well-deserved breather here as he heads off the field. And greeted by his teammates. He's had a really, really nice day. 117 yards on the ground, averaging 5.9 yards per carry. He's carried the rock 20 times this afternoon as Darius Billingsley checks in the game. Play clock under 5 seconds for Ethan Beamish as he snaps the football, drops to pass, looks deep, looking for Douglas in the end zone. Douglas can't get there, and it's incomplete. So it'll be 4th down and 5. He had Adam Douglas just a little too out of the reach of the Tornadoes' top receiver today. And it's 4th and 5. The offense will stay on the field as the clock is stopped at 6:55 to go in the 4th quarter. Brevard has really burned the clock here on this drive. And it looks like Beamish will line up under center with Lane deep in the backfield, Douglas out to the right. Beamish takes the snap. It's a pitch to Jeremiah Lane. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire down the sideline, and incomplete intended for Reggie Taylor II. It's a 4th down stop for Southern Virginia. Brevard trying to pull a trick out of its sleeve, and Lane obviously was looking to throw, but couldn't find Taylor II down the sideline. It's a turnover on downs, but a productive drive for the Brevard offense to just burn the clock and sit on the football. Had a 4th down conversion courtesy of Blake Shepard, and a couple of nice runs from Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. Came out empty on the drive, but nonetheless, 2-score lead with 6:50 to go in the 4th. Adam in the backfield with Watson, receiver to the right and to the left on 1st and 10 from the Southern Virginia 26. Play action, Watson drops the throw, he looks deep, he fires deep across the middle of the field. It's caught It's caught just as Redmond catches up to him. Did the ball come out? There's some commotion on the field there, but it's complete to Sintez Gibson. And it's a big gain to the 26-yard line of the Tornadoes. Actually, now it's moved back to the 28. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 on a deep connection from Watson to Gibson. And Southern Virginia in Brevard territory. Watson takes the snap, hands off Adam, and he's swallowed in the backfield right at the line of scrimmage, actually, and it's 2nd and 10. Bailey Ramey there once again, as he's had himself a day. Over 10 tackles for Ramey as the clock moves under 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 28-17, Brevard, as Watson is in the backfield all alone. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. He takes a snap, looks left, fires left, and Adam can't make the catch. He was in front of Justice Redmond. There's only a couple Tornadoes that could have stopped him if he made the grab, but he can't do it. And it's 3rd and 10. Crew Hage is with Devin Watson in the backfield here on 3rd and 10, with Jairick Washington subbing in the game. Watson with 3 receivers to the right, 1 on the left, takes a snap. It's a screen pass, and it looks like Audette was looking to throw. Now will have to take off, and he's well short of the line to gain. And it looked like he was looking to throw just like Brevard was on its final play of the last drive. But he's short. It's 4th and 4. This could be the game right here between Brevard and Southern Virginia, with Brevard having a 28-17 lead with just about 5 minutes to play. Watson in the gun, Hage and Washington in the backfield. Watson takes the snap, he fires left, has Washington across the 20, across the 10. Broughton can't catch him. Touchdown, Southern Virginia. Jairick Washington makes a touchdown grab, and just like that, it's a 1-score game. Still plenty of time left as well. Southern Virginia has 3 timeouts, and it looks like the Knights will go for 2 to try and make it a 3-point game. Watson stays on the field to go for 2. As he lines up in the backfield, Adam on his right hip, 2 to the right and 2 to the left for the junior quarterback. He takes a snap, play action, looks right, fires right back to Washington, and he'll get the 2 as well. An octopus for Jairick Washington. As we take a look at that touchdown from Watson to Washington. He just laid it out there for Washington to go make a play, and he did. He scores to make it 28-25. Crucial drive upcoming for Brevard to try and push this back out to a 2-score lead. Southern Virginia well within striking distance. What a job by the Knights today, regardless of result. You're down 21-3 at one point in this game, and you've made it a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. If you're Scott DuPay, that's really all you could ask for out of your team's response. Maybe not the start you wanted, but since then the response has been pretty excellent from the Southern Virginia team. Again, this is a team that went 1-9 a year ago. They're already 4-0 here in 2025, and they've got this game down to a 3-point deficit. And Scott DuPay will send away the kick. Jeremiah Lane and Herbert Pringle, the 4th, back to receive, as we're a tick under 5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. DuPay sends away the kick. It's a booming kick that sends Lane back to his own 5-yard line. Lane fields, he's across the 20, across the 25 to the 30, where he is upended. And Dominique Bosco makes the tackle with 4:53 to go in the 4th. Brevard football at the 31-yard line. See what Brevard's strategy here is on this drive. Again, Southern Virginia still has 3 timeouts and 4:53 to play, including the 2-minute timeout. So a lot of time left in this game. You're right where you want to be if you're the Knights. Beamish is under center. He hands off to Fauntleroy McDaniel, who's ripped down right at the line of scrimmage by Jamar Robinson. And little to no gain, if anything, there on that play. And it's 2nd and 10. Fauntleroy McDaniel comes off the field on 2nd and 10. Looks like the Tornadoes might pass here on 2nd and long. Reggie Taylor II is in the backfield with Ethan Beamish, 3 to the left, 1 to the right for the Tornadoes. Receiver comes in motion. Beamish takes the snap, drops the throw, looks right, fires right, has Taylor II, who gets across 35. He's tripped up near the 40. As he stays in bounds, the clock runs. He was taken down at the 38-yard line, and it's 3rd and medium. 3rd and 4 for Brevard. The clock's under 4 minutes to play, and it continues to run. ZFM heads back on the field, and he thought he did, but he's coming back off now. And a big 3rd down here. Brevard hopes to pick this up and keep the clock moving. There's a play clock under 10 seconds. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Billingsley comes in motion. Beamish drops the pass. He looks deep. He fires to Taylor II, who bobbles it but makes a grab, and he's across the 50. And was he hit late out of bounds? It looked like maybe he was, but there's no flag nonetheless. Passy pushes him out of bounds, and it's a 1st down for Brevard at Southern Virginia's 48-yard line. Clock continues to move near 3 minutes. What a crucial 3rd down pickup that was. And Brevard likely looking to get back to its bread and butter, run the football here, and get this thing the 2-minute timeout. Handoff goes ZFM. He puts his head down and gets about 5 on 1st down. Tyler Edwards took him down, and a good 1st down gain to set up 2nd and medium. Clock continues to spin. Brevard probably going to run one more play before hitting the 2-minute timeout, unless Coach Dupay decides to use one of his 3 timeouts he's got in his back pocket. Ethan Beamish breaks the huddle. ZFM remains in the backfield. 22 carries, 120 yards for the sophomore running back here today. Handoff goes right back to him, and he's swallowed at the line of scrimmage, kept the legs moving for a yard, maybe, as Kavika Bringhurst there on the stop. Clock stops, and it's a timeout by Coach Dupay on 3rd down. So good time to use a timeout there. You know, really you're only saving about 4 seconds, but you also have the 2-minute timeout, and it's 3rd down. So a well-timed timeout by Coach Dupay. And we'll take a 15-second break with him and be right back.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Isabel Family Field, another 3rd down upcoming for the Brevard offense with 2:04 to go in this ball game. Brevard leads 28-25. Southern Virginia has outscored Brevard 22-7 since the Tornadoes hopped out to a 21-3 lead. Beamish in the gun, ZFM on his left hip. Spots Barnett and Shywan Grant along with Adam Douglas in the formation. Beamish drops the throw, pressure coming. He fires to Douglas. The catch is made. There goes Adam Douglas to the 10 where he's dragged down. And a connection once again between Ethan Beamish and Adam Douglas. Lucas Martin and Tony Napier Jr. there to make the stop. But week after week, it's Douglas and Beamish who connect. As we do have a flag sitting at about the 16-yard line. It's in the secondary. So we'll see what this call is going to be. It's a minute 57 to play, so the 2-minute timeout will follow whatever this call may be. It looks like the signal is going the way of the Knights. We'll wait and see what this is. Face mask on Southern Virginia, and it will add a couple yards to that connection between Ethan Beamish and Adam Douglas. We saw it against Erskine. We've seen it here multiple times today. And those two, game on the line, that's who you're going to. Ethan Beamish and Adam Douglas connect once again. And that sends us to the 2-minute time out. We'll keep it right here as we continue to look at the stats from this game. Both teams have ran the ball well. Southern Virginia's actually outrushed Brevard, but hasn't felt that way. A couple sacks have kind of knocked down the rushing numbers for Brevard. Beamish has taken a couple sacks with negative 29 yards to show for it, but Zion Fonfro McDaniel, 23 carries, 125 yards. He has been the workhorse today. Devin Watson has led the rushing attack for Southern Virginia, 9 carries for 77 yards. He's been effective in the rushing game, and you can see his experience with getting the ball out. You know, don't take a sack. He hasn't taken many sacks today. He's thrown the ball 56 times. I mean, 29 to 56, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns to add to that. And Brevard has responded well after Southern Virginia cut it to a 3-point lead. It's now Brevard football at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Can Brevard cap off this homecoming win and escape after Southern Virginia has made it difficult down the stretch here, but Brevard has answered the punches. As Beamish is under center, Billingsley in the backfield. Billingsley takes a handoff, sprints left side, and he's in. He high steps into the end zone, and Brevard retakes a 2-score lead here late in the 4th quarter. Darius Billingsley hadn't seen the field much today, but he comes in and he puts what seems to be the nail in the coffin here on homecoming. 34-25 pending the extra point, a minute 52 to play. Still 2 timeouts for Southern Virginia, so there's time. But that is just what the doctor ordered as Vandergrift's kick is up, and the kick is no good. But there is a flag. It looked like Southern Virginia might have jumped. Their whole special teams unit is jogging off the field, but we might see a re-kick here. Even though the special teams unit for Brevard is exiting the field, but now they'll head back onto the field and re-kick. Half the distance to the goal, but Brevard's just going to retry the kick, and Vandergrift will get another shot at it to push the lead to 10. Vandergrift will line it up again for the Tornadoes and try to make this a 10-point lead in favor of Brevard. The snap comes back, hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Vandergrift's second time's a charm. We take a look at this touchdown from Darius Billingsley. Basically, right as he got through the line of scrimmage, he high-stepped it into the end zone, and Brevard gets just what it needed. It seemed like Southern Virginia was maybe going to take this one through the back door if Brevard couldn't get a score there and gain the ball back. So the Tornadoes do. Minute 52 to go, 35-25 in favor of Brevard, as Leo and Adam are back to receive for Erskine, and Vandergrift will send the kick away. Still 2 timeouts for Southern Virginia, like they have all day. They're not going to go down without a fight. And still got to be aware of these deep passes. It was a deep pass that opened up the last drive for Southern Virginia to get a score. And Brevard thought he was going to get off the field on 4th down, but Jairick Washington converts and finds the end zone. As Vandergrift sends a line drive kick towards Adam, it skips at the 10 and sits through the end zone. It almost sat at the 1-yard line, or maybe even almost went out of bounds. Adam was wise to see what happened with that ball. But it stays in bounds, goes through the end zone. And Southern Virginia gets the ball back with a minute 52 to play. It's been a great fight from Southern Virginia today. Again, talking to Coach Kai, he's just really impressed with Coach DuPay's job with the Southern Virginia program to bring them back to prominence. And they've shown that today. A really talented team. Brevard has just had all the answers. And as Watson comes out in the gun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap, looks right, fires right. It's caught by Smith Fallow, but he's quickly swallowed by Broughton and Quintrell Bowman. First down at the 37, but the clock will stop as the chains get reset. Then it'll roll as it starts to move. 1:40 and a moving clock. Watson in the gun. He motions Adam out to the left. Takes a snap, looks left, fires left to Adam in the flat, but it's high, incomplete. And the clock stops on an incomplete pass from Devin Watson to Roger Adam. 2nd and 10 with 1:32 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. Southern Virginia needs something and needs something quick to stay in this ball game. As Watson audibles at the line of scrimmage. To the left, to the right. For the junior signal caller. Takes a snap, drops the throw. Looks right. It's tipped by Abdul Malik Shalanki. He got a hand on it. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 10. Like I said, he's been in the backfield all day. He hasn't recorded many stats, but he has been a constant presence in the face of Devin Watson. And that time he gets his hand on it. And it's 3rd down and 10. More importantly, just continues to take seconds off the clock. More and more time that comes off the clock here late in this ball game. Clock stopped at 1:28 as Watson stands in the gun. Motions Lackey out to his right hip. He looks left, fires left, has Adam with space, who spin moves near the 50, cuts back at the 50 to the 45, and he's taken down inside the 45-yard line at about the 43. As Carter Rollerson makes a stop. And Watson back to the line. 1:15, moving clock. Southern Virginia back in Brevard territory. He flips it out left to Maxey. Did he get out of bounds? They're going to say yes. And it's 1st down yardage inside the 35 to the 32 as Dre Burton makes a stop. Minute and 9 seconds to play. As Watson stands in the shotgun with Crew Hage deep with him in the backfield. Play clock nearing 10 seconds. Watson takes a snap, drops the throw, looks left, fires to Hage to the left. He breaks a tackle across the 20, stays in bounds. Ramey pulls him down with a minute on the dot to go at the 15-yard line. Good moves by Hage, but he stayed in bounds, which is going to likely cost Southern Virginia a timeout. But a player does go down, I believe, for Southern Virginia. Can't really see who it is over there on the far sideline. Clock stopped in a minute to go, 35-25. Your score, Brevard leads. Southern Virginia still needs a lot to go right, but does have the ball deep in Brevard territory at the Tornadoes' 15-yard line. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. What a day it's been, actually. This tornado down on the turf. They're stretching it out. Looks like maybe just some cramps, hopefully, for Brevard. But again, I want to thank you guys, as it looks like Curtis Bowden Jr., who is down, and he trots off on his own power. But back to what I was saying, thank you for tuning in today, and hope you've had a great Saturday. What a great Saturday it's been here at Brevard College. Homecoming Saturday. We had soccer, volleyball, now football. And it's been a long day, but a great day. And I do thank you for tuning in. As I said previously, all Tornado home events are live on YouTube. And we're very thankful we get to bring that to you guys in a free-to-stream format. As the clock will start on the snap with Watson under center right now, but back up in the shotgun. Trip to the right, one receiver to the left with Crew Hage on the right hip of Devin Watson. He takes the snap. The clock rolls. Watson fires left to the end zone. It's incomplete. What a job by now. A flag comes down on Justice Redmond. It was intended for MJ Laws, and Redmond didn't turn around, so the contact is going to result in a pass interference. Redmond didn't like that call. Kind of a 50-50 call there, but as you watch plenty of football, you see that more times than not, if the defensive back does not turn around and there's contact, it will result in a penalty, and that's the case right there. The ball spotted at the 7-yard line. Half the distance to the goal, I would think, as the referee's discussing where this ball is going to be spotted. And it will go to the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 2 for Southern Virginia with 56 seconds to play here in this 4th quarter. Again, a lot to do still for Southern Virginia, but it all starts with getting a touchdown. As Roger Adams is in the backfield with Devin Watson, DJ Perry out to the right, MJ Laws, Jairique Washington to the left of the formation for Watson. Now a flag, and it's a false start. Costly penalty for Southern Virginia, moves them back 5 yards to the 7. So now the 7-yard line, 1st and goal, where the officials were initially going to spot the ball, and a half the distance to the goal penalty. It does find its way back to the 7. Adam remains in the backfield. Same formation, same personnel as Watson takes the snap. Read option, and he is dragged down. Now he flips it out to Adam, racing the goal line, but Robert Dorsey hawks him down. Now a timeout called by Southern Virginia. Heads-up play by Watson to just flip it out to Adam, but Robert Dorsey came out of nowhere and dragged down Roger Adam as Southern Virginia burns a timeout. It'll be 2nd and goal with about 48 seconds to play. And we'll keep it right here. I want to thank a couple more of our corporate sponsors. Special thanks to Hampton Inn Brevard, the official hotel of the Brevard College Tornadoes, located just minutes from Brevard College, as well as the entrance to Pisgah National Forest. Hampton Inn's rooms are off the Highway 280, 64, 276 intersection on the edge of Pisgah National Forest. Quick bites and shopping are steps away. Free hot breakfast is fuel for exploring Sliding Rocks, Slick Rock Falls, and DuPont State Forest, all within 20 minutes. Call Hampton Inn Brevard directly and ask about the Brevard College Athletics special rate. Second down and goal from the 4, with Watson in the gun. Adam remains in the backfield with 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Watson in the gun. Takes the snap, drops the throw, looks right, fires right to Washington, who has it again in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Virginia. Jairique Washington finds the end zone for the 2nd time today. And Southern Virginia is back within a possession. 35-31, pending the extra point with 44 seconds to play. You'd think you're going to see an onside kick for Southern Virginia when he kicks the ball away. Passy will kick for the Knights. Snap is back, holds down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 35-32 as we look at the connection between Watson and Jairique Washington. He just floated it out there again, let Washington make a play, run underneath it. And he surely does. 3-point game as the crucial kickoff is set to be delivered here in just a moment. I want to take the time that we have here again to thank our handful of corporate sponsors. I mean, again, we have a great group of corporate sponsors. BC fans, when hunger strikes, head to Zaxby's in Brevard. From hand-breaded chicken fingers to wing sauce just the way you like. Zaxby's has a flavor to keep you cheering. Stop by Zaxby's on Asheville Highway after the game and celebrate with the meals that are always big on taste. Zaxby's, indescribably good. So here it is, Scott Dupay to line it up. Onside kick incoming. for Southern Virginia. This is the game, only one timeout for the Knights, as Dupay will get ready to put toe to leather as he dribbles it a high onside. It goes towards a tornado, and they fall on it. Brevard falls on the onside kick, and that should just about do it. As the Tornadoes fall on the onside kick. And it looks like it's Reggie Taylor II wearing 99. Those pink cleats for Reggie, it's kind of hard to tell. It is Reggie Taylor II who recovered the onside kick. Brevard football, 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, and Ethan Beamish will head under center and kneel this thing out. Victory formation on homecoming. Can't ask for much more than that. It was a roller coaster. Brevard led 21-3. Southern Virginia got it within 2 possessions twice, or got it within a possession twice. Southern Virginia will burn its last time out. It won't do them much good, but they'll burn it. And while they do, let's talk some stats, some final stats, as it looks like there won't be any additional stats recorded unless something crazy happens. Devin Watson, he better get some ice for that arm. 34 for 63, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for 370 yards. I mean, he is just something else. And Southern Virginia really did what they usually do offensively. I mean, 370 yards through the air, 151 yards on the ground, well above their season average. But again, that Brevard defense just got some important stops early, created some turnovers. And that's what you got to do against an offense like this. That's what Brevard did this afternoon, and that's why Brevard will exit with a 3-point win on homecoming. That's the last snap of the game, and Brevard improves to 3-2, 1-1 in conference play, and hands Southern Virginia its first loss of 2025. 35-32 your final. Brevard wins on homecoming in front of a great home crowd. Thank you all for joining me today. We'll run through a couple more stats before I send you on your way to celebrate this victory and have a great night with your family and friends, whoever you may be enjoying this Saturday with. Continue on Southern Virginia. The rushing game was there for Devin Watson, 9 rushes for 77 yards. Roger Adam really started seeing the football later in the game with 6 carries for 40 yards. In the receiving game, I mean, a lot of receivers got involved for Southern Virginia. I'm counting at least 13 that saw the football in this game. Devin Watson, just a really talented quarterback in this league. Ethan Beamish spread the ball around as well. I mean, 7 guys recorded a catch or more. So really productive in the passing game was Beamish. He found Adam Douglas, 4 receptions for 116 yards, a couple big passing plays that broke big, including one that really helped Brevard secure this victory. 2 touchdowns for Douglas. Reggie Taylor caught a touchdown pass, a 75-yarder, 2 long touchdown passes in this game, 67 yards, 75 yards. One to Adam Douglas, one to Reggie Taylor II. Jordan Barnett had a catch for 27 yards. Zion Fonteroy McDaniel, who did a little bit of everything today. Some special teams tackles, 3 receptions for 18 yards, 23 carries for 125 yards. Didn't have a negative rushing play all game. 5.4 yards a carry, a touchdown on a 30-yard run. I mean, just did everything you want from exactly what Coach Kyatt wanted to do today, and that was run the football effectively and take that time off the clock, melt it, and limit what Southern Virginia can do offensively. And Brevard did exactly that. I mean, a good bit of possession time here today as well for the Tornadoes. Brevard held the football for 33 minutes and 51 seconds to 26 minutes and 9 seconds for Southern Virginia. Like I said, the offense outgained Brevard and outdid Brevard a little bit in the passing and rushing game, but it was just the clock control and the clock management from Brevard that really helped this victory, and you get key performances from Zion Fonteroy McDaniel, Ethan Beamish, Adam Douglas, Reggie Taylor II, just to name a few. In the tackling department, before I send you on your way, got to credit the defense, who created some turnovers. And Bailey Ramey, a monstrous day, 7 solo tackles, 6 assisted for 13 tackles on the day. Brandon Broughton had 10 tackles, Curtis Bowden Jr. 6. Same with James Laycock. Justice Redmond was in on multiple plays. You just keep going down the list, and these guys delivered today and created some turnovers. Brandon Broughton with an interception. Quintrell Bowman, both deep in Brevard's territory. And that's why Brevard is leaving today. A lot of different factors went in this one. The most important thing is Brevard wins 35-32. So that's going to do it for our coverage here today. I'll talk to you tomorrow, less than 24 hours from now, when the Futures football team takes the field at 2 o'clock. We'll talk to you then. And for now, we're